Welcome to the Goat vs. Fish. When's versus morning motivational. Are you goat or are you fish? It's time to get out there and start your verses. So grab your caffeination, grab your liquidation, grab your inebriation. Well, maybe if you're into that sort of verses. Welcome to Goat vs. Fish. We've got our musication vessel, Sunny the Sunfish. It's sunshine. Enjoy the musications. Choose goat or fish, and Goat vs. Fish will be here to bring you into the verses the only way we know how. With Goat vs. Fish. On the Goat vs. Fish Morning Motivational, we wake up so you don't have to. Celebration, celebration, celebration. It's a brand new verses. That musication should be beginning any verses now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. verses once again. Now for your morning motivation. We've got goat in the verses. Celebration for goat, celebration for goat. We've got fish in the verses. Celebration for fish, celebration for fish. And we've got this guy. Goat versus fish. So Goat versus Fish had to start the morning motivational at around 8:30 or 8:45 or something. So Goat versus Fish is still here. We're still doing the verses. Well, maybe Goat versus Fish doesn't want a corporate overlord to tell us exactly when we have to start doing everything at a precise time, and sometimes we want to show up slightly later because that's just how the verses goes. But as long as we show up, then it's still going to be okay. Well, of course, Goat vs. Fish wants to go living streams at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every single verses. Well, Goat vs. Fish has to start the verses now. We can't just spend all verses listening to you complain about how Goat vs. Fish wasn't live when you were expecting Goat vs. Fish. Well, of course, Goat vs. Fish. Apologization from Goat vs. Fish. We're sorry that Goat vs. Fish wasn't living at precisely 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but Goat vs. Fish is here for you now. Goat vs. Fish is here for you now. And remember, the motivation comes from within you. The motivation comes from within you. So even if Goat vs. Fish is ever so slightly more tardy than you would have expected, you can still look deep within yourself. You can still look deep within yourself. Straighten up the verses there. And you can always see Goat vs. Fish just past the fence. Just past the fence. As the Goat and Fish join the congregation, let's clear the verses. Let's clear the verses. When we last left Goat vs. Fish, we had Goat vs. Fish. 9 goat, 12, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, 17 fish, 300 bits for fish, and the verses of making some noise was the split verses of 3 for goat and 3 for fish. So we had, it was, what is your interpretation, It's Sunshine, of this verses that we have here from Yester Verses?
Undisputable defeat by fish.
Undisputable defeat by fish. Not the defeat of fish, but a defeat by fish.
Defeat by fish on goat.
It was a triumph for fish. It was a triumph for fish.
Yeah.
And are you saying this as a fish or as a goat?
I'm saying this as a fish.
You're saying this as a fish. Well, Goat vs. Fish cannot deny that it does add up to fish. Yester versus Goat vs. Fish was not so convinced, but when we look again, it is a fish triumph. So we're going to clear the verses, and we're going to give a verses to fish. We're going to give a verses to fish. Fish, begin the verses. The Juggalo recap was a fish versus, and as a matter of Goat vs. Fish, when Goat vs. Fish attended the Juggalo Championship Wrestling, it was a triumph for fish. There were more fish at the Juggalo Championship Wrestling than goat, though there were many goat as well.
And why is that?
Why is that? Well, Goat vs. Fish said, here's Fey Goat. Here's delicious orange-flavored Fey Goat. And we said, here's Clown Fish. And we think they're just down with the clown. They're down with the clown, and they prefer the clownfish even to the Fey Goat. And as a matter of versus, Fago was banned at these events, so it seems that they went for fish, and they like the pretty colors of the fish. But there were plenty of goat. And there was a big spontaneous goat chant. We didn't get that from fish. So goat are very closely in contention, but fish did take the verses. So let's let that be known. Let it be known that fish took the first verses. Now we just have to wait for the verses to dry. Tatum 44 is fish. Celebration more fish. Tatum 44, welcome to Goat vs. Fish.
Tatum 44 has the right idea by choosing fish.
So we just need to dry it now, so let's just expedition the process here. You've got to breathe. You've got to breathe. Nice verses, it's Sunshine. Nice verses. Goat and Fish, it's time for our morning meditation. Using random implements that we have found from around the verses. You too can do a meditation with a simple salad bowl and a spoon. So we're going to do a meditation now. It's Sunshine. You can feel free to add any verses that you wish. But here, just to get a gist, here it begins. So many verses. Here begins the morning meditation of Goat versus Fish. And that was your morning meditation of goat versus fish. We hope you enjoyed it. We've got Weed Pipe the Fish. We've got Chewy Slaps, a game on Steam. I Am Fish. Yes, we see it's sort of like Goat Simulator, but instead of simulating a goat, it's simulating a fish. It must run on a completely different engine. A completely sort of different system. No one who programmed a goat about a fish or a fish about a goat could program a goat about a fish. And if their previous verses was about a fish who was versus a goat. Weed Pipe Fish. Weed Pipe Fish. That's one fish in the verses. Celebration for fish. Celebration for fish. Celebration for fish. Weed Pipe Fish. Are you versus the goat? Have you versus your goat today? Goat versus Fish wants to know on the morning motivational. Have you versus your goat? What goat are you versus? Chewy Slaps says there's a game called I Am Fish, but Chewy Slaps, are you goat or are you fish? Chewy Slaps, are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or fish? Tatum 44 says fish. Tatum 44 says fish. Celebration more fish. Tatum 44. Celebration more fish. 44 fish. We've got 44 fish. We've got the Tatum 44 fish. TMLZ Rules 81 with the fish. Celebration more fish. Celebration more fish. Celebration more fish. Yes. That's another fish. That's another fish. A powerful fish. A powerful fish. Tatum 44, the powerful fish. That makes 3 fish. That makes 3 fish. Wow, Mom. Wow, Mom with goat. Goat in the icon. Celebration for goat. Wow, Mom. We see your celebrations. We see your lovely music, but where's your goat declaration? Wow, Mom, we see that you have goat in the profile pic, but we want to see that goat declaration. We need to show them how it's done. Wow, Mom, are you goat or fish? There's the verses. Wow, Mom says, I am goat. That's goat. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. You see, when you start your verses, sometimes you think, I have declared goat. I have declared fish. I don't need to declare goat or fish this verses, but let goat versus fish tell you. It's a brand new verses. It's a morning motivational. And if you wish to motivational yourself, you've got to check in. You've got to check in with goat versus fish. You've got to say, are you goat or are you fish? When you wake up, it's time to make that declaration, that reaffirmation before the fence sitters can try to take it all away from you. Every verses you've ever worked so hard for, the fence sitter will try to take from you, but they can't take from you your goat or fishness. So declare goat or fish. So declare goat or fish. Well, Mom says this goat can't catch a break, having car issues. Aww. That's sad to goat versus fish. That's sad to goat versus fish.
But are you having goat issues?
Are you having goat issues? Wow, Mom is a goat. Wow, Mom is a goat. So you're asking if Wow Mom is having issues with themselves? If goat is having issues with goat?
I'm asking if Wow Mom is having goat-related issues from the standpoint of being goat as opposed to fish.
As opposed to fish. Well, we have It's Sunshine, who is themselves a fish, who says that, wanting to know if you're having internal goat problems with goat. Maybe this is just a fish. How can we be certain that as a fish you're not just trying to create more internal strife among the goats by asking if goats are having problems with other goats?
Because I have no sponsors.
You have no sponsors? It's Sunshine has no sponsors, everyone.
Give me sponsor.
Have you been trying to get sponsorship?
I thought about it, but
Yes.
I keep switching guitar brands.
Ah.
Yeah, I flip-flop on guitar brands. So.
You're a real flip-flopping type fish, huh?
Yes, but the salmon, on the other hand,
Yes.
they like me.
So if the salmon like you, so if you wanted a sponsorship, you'd have to stick with the same brand. Well, why don't they just give you fresh new guitars, and then maybe you will become loyal to them because they've already given you the guitars. Maybe put the goat before the fish instead of the fish before the goat, and then maybe they can earn. They have to earn your sponsorship.
They do that for famous goat and fish.
Ah, you're not a famous goat or fish?
I'm famous within the context of GoatVsFish.
Within GoatVsFish. You're famous to the goat and fish here in the living stream. Make some noise in the congregation if you think It's Sunshine is famous here on GoatVsFish. Stay Lifted Productions says, you are goat, you are goat, you are goat, celebration, goat, celebration, goat, celebration, goat. That seems like a declaration for goat. And J-Sticks, are you goat or are you fish? Weed Pipe says, I stood my ground against many goats, celebration. Stood your ground against many goats. J-Sticks says goat. The only deaf guy, welcome to GoatVsFish. The only deaf guy. Perhaps you can't hear GoatVsFish, but even if you can't, since you're the only deaf guy, there's no other deaf guys, there's only you. You're the only deaf guy. All other deaf guys are somewhere else. You're the only deaf guy. Make some silence for the only deaf guy. Okay, now everyone else knows how the only deaf guy is enjoying the stream. So we can all enjoy together as one with GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish is doing great, the only deaf guy. We're having a morning motivational. We have our morning motivational music-making vessel over here. It's Sunshine. And we appreciate you coming into GoatVsFish. The only deaf guy, have you made any sandwiches lately? What's your favorite sandwich to make? And are you goat or fish, the only deaf guy? Are you goat or are you fish? A big shout out. Oh, I can hear. I have cochlear implants. Oh, celebration. This was unknown to GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish, it was not the intention of GoatVsFish to be rude. It was the intention of GoatVsFish to include. We want everyone to enjoy GoatVsFish. However you enjoy GoatVsFish, in whatever way and however you would say, whatever devices, be it your phone, be it your cochlear implants, be it a screen, or be it a dream, GoatVsFish wants you to know that everyone is here. Welcome to GoatVsFish. And sometimes it can be verseful to ponder what it would be like as a goat to live in the life as a fish, or maybe if you're a fish to live as a goat. To try to ponder the reverse verses. To put your perception into the verses of someone else. So welcome to GoatVsFish. If we can get a shout out to the only deaf guy, you're gonna head out. Bye. Okay, bye. Make me a goat, says J6. Make me a goat. Celebration. We're going to give you a goat. All hail the goat. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. Stay Lifted Productions says, do not fall for extreme fish propaganda. There is only one true ruler. All hail the goat. Wow. What do you say to this, It's Sunshine? Do not fall for extreme fish propaganda. There's only one ruler. All hail the goat. It's Sunshine, you're a fish. What do you say to this?
I'm speechless.
But you just said that. You just said that you were speechless. How could you be speechless if you said that you were speechless?
On occasion, I am speechful when I'm speechless.
That seems a bit fence-lish to GoatVsFish.
What about goat propaganda?
BBDH187 goes fish. Celebration for fish. Marcus Skullman says, where would Murgoat go? The Murgoat mergoat would probably go somewhere around here. The mergoat would probably go somewhere around here.
What kind of goat is that?
What kind of goat? Is it the goat? Are you sure it's goat?
It's rainbow goat.
You think it's rainbow goat? But it only has one horn. Where's its second horn?
It lost it in the Battle of Fishmas.
It lost it in the Battle of Fishmas?
Yes.
So we thought this one, when we ask it if it's goat or fish, it usually says, "Oh, I'm a special unicron. I'm one of a kind. Oh, I don't have to be goat or fish. I can be both goat and fish. Oh, I'm so special."
That's sophisticated fence sitting.
It's sophisticated fence sitting?
Yes.
Oh, but we've heard that sort of sophistication so many times. We think that some of the sophisticated language of the fence sitter is not truly of deep contemplation, but it's really just a fence excuse that they've heard before, and now they are just doing repetition. Are you just doing repetition of verses that you've already heard before? We think they might be. So we think that the mergoat is somewhere around here, Fence creature. Unification is fence sitting, says Stay Lifted Berry. That's a pretty harsh position. Marcus Skullman says, I say goat. BBDH187 says a fence is a fence. Stay Lifted Berry says no one should ever be offended by Goat versus Fish, as Goat versus Fish is good and verses under him are good. Well, one of the verses of Goat versus Fish is that in the beginning there was Goat versus Fish, and that Goat versus Fish said that there should be goat and that there should be fish. There is no alpha or omega, there is no black or white, there is no good or evil, there's only goat and fish and Goat versus Fish. It's okay. It's okay if you take offense to Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish can accept if you take offense to Goat versus Fish. Some take big offense to Goat versus Fish. And would you look at this Zeke Cooper with a radiation of 5 goat and fish? Radiation! Let's hear it for a radiation! Radiation! 5 times the verses! Celebration! Radiation! 5 times the verses! Zeke Cooper, welcome to Goat versus Fish. 5 times the verses. Let's get 5 hits. 5 hits! Are you goat or are you fish, Zeke Cooper? Are you goat or are you fish? We are counting the goat and fish. We're counting the goat and fish right here on Goat versus Fish, and we want to know if you're a fish or if you're a goat. We want to know if you're a fish or if you're a goat. Marcus Skullman says, on that note, unicorns are 0.5 goats because they only have 1 horn. Well, now some goats only do have 1 horn. As It's Sunshine was saying, some goats, they do get injured. They can get injured. Some goats have only 1 horn. Some goats have no horns at all. Does that make them any less of goats? Are they going to be judged by their fellow goats? It's difficult enough when you're being judged by your fellow goats for not having as many horns, much less the fish. Come on, Goat and Fish. In a morning motivational, Goat and Fish, we support one another. Whether you have 1 horn or 7 or 18 billion or 3 or 2 or 1, Goat versus Fish is here, as the verses have begun, to give you just a little bit of fun. Thunderhead says 1 vote for Goat, celebration for Goat. Zeke Cooper, are you goat or are you fish? How was your stream? For goat and for fish. Zeke Cooper with the radiation says goat. Celebration for goat. Zeke Cooper goes goat.
More votes for goat?
Goat have overtaken fish. With 5 for goat, 5 for goat, and 4 for fish. 5 for goat, 4 for fish. And in the verses of radiation, Goat versus Fish is going to mark 5 radiation points for Goat. There we have it. You can see. Look at the 5 radiation points for goat. You know it's about radiation because it's shining in all kinds of colorful-ish. Pre-roll ads are disabled for 32 minutes. Learn more. Please tell GoatVsFish. Celebration for fish. Tyrus with the fish. Tyrus with the fish. Sounds like fish have entered the verses. And Tyrus with 200 bits. Double the verses. Tyrus, welcome to GoatVsFish. That's 225 for fish and 1 more fish. Celebration. That reminded GoatVsFish of an old classic animation. Are you goat or are you fish? Dizzy Be Busy says goat. Celebration for goat. Yes, Dizzy Be Busy has here been watching for 10 consecutive streams on GoatVsFish. Appreciation. Welcome back, Dizzy Be Busy. Have you versus the fish today? Have you versus the fish? Have you versus the fish? Appreciation, Tyrus, for the 200 bits. GoatVsFish. If we recall GoatVsFish, some serious news has happened on GoatVsFish. Have you heard the news at Sunshine?
What happened?
Have you heard? GoatVsFish doesn't remember.
Doesn't remember what?
Well, we can't recall. But GoatVsFish put it in a big list of verses, and so GoatVsFish, we're going to check that verses. Here's a critical verses. Goat and Fish, here's a critical verses. This is a critical verses. It's time for some information. Have you ever heard of basketball? Have you heard of that? It's Sunshine.
Basketball? Huh. I remember seeing a rabbit playing basketball one time.
Oh, did you? Are you certain?
Yes.
Are you GoatVsFish? We don't even know what is a rabbit or who's this gigantic creature? Who is this gigantic creature who suddenly appeared on the stream of GoatVsFish? And we're not talking about Shaquille O'Neal. We're talking about that giant behemoth, that chonker of a koi fish. We've got news in fish. From Wasted one day ago, Shaquille O'Neal has always scaled his life to match his personality, and that instinct reportedly extends even to his pets. At his Georgia home, he keeps a 39-inch Yamabuki koi named Shakoi O'Neal. You're supposed to laugh at that versus Shakoi O'Neal. It's Shakoi O'Neal. It's a giant koi fish, housed in a custom-designed pond built to accommodate a fish that is anything but modest. It almost sounds like Shaq is talking about themselves, a custom-designed house that is anything but modest to accommodate a giant fish. Maybe so. Maybe Shaquille O'Neal sees something in Shakoi O'Neal. Maybe they have some sort of fish ship amongst each other, knowing that they're both giant fish. The name is Classic Shaq, equal parts humor and spectacle, and he has joked that the only other contender was calling the koi Charles Barkley. You don't have to explain the joke to GoatVsFish. You don't have to explain that Shakoi O'Neal is a play on verses to GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish, all jokes begin with GoatVsFish. All humor is derived from GoatVsFish. Wasted Instantgram profile. Your explanation is wasted on GoatVsFish. Why everyone knows that any explanation of goat versus fish is wasted upon you, because if you have to explain goat versus fish, then it's not as funny if you have to explain goat versus fish. Like, here's a joke. What did the goat say to the fish? Goat versus fish. Now, do we have to explain that to you? It's a small anecdote, but a revealing one. Please leave the editorialization to goat versus fish. O'Neill's world, even something as quiet and meditative as a koi pond, becomes a personality statement, oversized and playful and inseparable from the man himself. So just because Shaquille O'Neal is big means that we're going to just pay attention to everything that they have to say? Do you think that goat versus fish is pretty big? It's sunshine. Why come no one is looking at goat versus fish and looking at everything that goat versus fish does as a personality statement? How come goat versus fish? No one's watching everything that goat versus fish is doing and making verses about it, so everyone can make comments about goat versus fish and saying, wow, goat versus fish is such a unique and interesting character that everything that they do is all about goat versus fish. How come they're not saying that about goat versus fish at Sunshine?
It's because you don't do enough commercials.
We don't do enough commercials.
Yes.
So you're suggesting that now goat versus fish needs sponsorship. Well, we've always been consistent in talking about goat and fish. So where's the sponsorship deal for goat versus fish? Where's the sponsorship deal for goat versus fish? Do you have a sponsorship for goat versus fish?
There might be a margarine company.
A margarine company?
Yes, or a butter company or a dairy company that specializes in milk and milk-related accessories.
Well, is it? But is it real fake verses or is it fake real verses?
It can be whatever verses you need to attain koi pond status on a Shaquille O'Neal basis.
On a Shaquille O'Neal basis. Well, while goat versus fish works on that sponsorship, here we have Shaquille O'Neal has a giant fish. Shaquille O'Neal has a giant fish, and everyone's really interested in that. So here we go, goat versus fish. Goat versus fish, we're going to reply to the verses, and we're going to say, wow. We're going to say, wow. Oh, give us some inspiration, please. Wow, that's... Yes. Wow, that's a really big fish.
Put a BB fish.
A BB fish? A really BB fish?
Nah, I'm going to sit on the fence on that one.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Wow, that's a really big fish. So we're going to say here, and we're going to say this. We're going to say...
Wow, Mom has the right idea.
Oh, yes?
You know what they say about guys with big fish?
Bigger goats?
Bigger commercials, bigger sponsors.
Oh, bigger sponsorships. Yes. And that verse is a sponsorship that is the goat. That is versus the fish. They versus big goats, says Wow Mom. Big fish versus big goats. And if they don't, they say versus someone your own size. So goat versus fish, we're going to, hello art man, are you goat or fish this versus? Well, that's a really big fish. And then we're going to say, in goat versus fish's world, even something as quiet and meditative as a koi pond becomes a personality statement. Oversized, playful, and inseparable from goat versus fish. Goat versus fish itself. Wow, that's a really big fish. We need a bigger goat. But doesn't matter verses. Look, this is all well in verses, but let's take inspiration from Wow Mom. You know what they say about guys with big fish. You see, you're creating goat versus fish. They versus big goats. Congratulations, Wow Mom. You've done it. We've left a comment. Now, if you wish, Goat and Fish, hey, Vind, Goat vs. Fish posts the link to you. And if you want to get on there, and you want to leave comments about Goat vs. Fish to their great confusion but not to their exclusion, then you go ahead and do that. And we have Canada Rami and Percules who declare goat in the YouTube chat, So let's make sure we get those goat. Let's make sure we get those two goat. Celebration for goat. The current verse is 6, 7, 8 goat, 5 fish, and 225 bits. 225 bits for the fish. No, says it's sunshine. So that was the news in Shaquille O'Neal fish. That was a critical versus. But that's not the only news we have on Goat versus Fish. There's more. Shaq buys a koi fish. That's one versus. Let's continue our investigation. Goat and Fish, we have something here. We're going to do this versus. Your 2026 word chosen by goats. Goats are choosing the words, and the Art Man Presents chooses goat. Celebration for goat! Your 2026 word chosen by goat. But before we look at the 2026 word chosen by goat, let's have a little conversations with It's Sunshine. Oh, I can fix. Oh, you can fix. What up? I don't know what's going on, but I'm interested. Well, instead of worrying about fixing Amber Heard, perhaps you should worry about fixing yourself. Oh, it's all well in verses if you can fix others, but can you fix yourself? Can you even fix yourself? Well, it's going to take a long time. Not because you are so difficult to fix, but because perhaps there was nothing wrong with you to begin with, and the more you try to tamper with yourself, the more that little bits and pieces come off, and then you have to reattach them in other places, and then you end up being something that you didn't realize you weren't, because what you were all the verses was something that... Listen, Goat versus Fish is going to be changing all around you and all of the time, and so are you. You are going to be changing too. So it's time to be invested. It's time to be interested in yourself. Oh, Twitch user, I can fix Amber Heard. And the question is, are you goat or are you fish? Your journey to self-fixing comes with Goat versus Fish, comes with the one true question of are you goat or fish? And yes, we do have a mighty versus going on. It's an insane competition with 9 goat and 5 fish and 225 bits for fish. Viking Kate says, I think I'm feeling fishy today. You think you're feeling fishy today? Viking Kate,
yeah.
You think you're feeling fishy? Are you ready to commit to fish? Are you ready to commit to fish on this morning motivational? Are you ready to commit to fish? Are you ready to commit to versing the goat? Can you triumph? Are you goat or are you fish? Celebration, you're ready. Let's hear that fish declaration. Let's hear that declaration for fish. Let's hear that declaration for fish. Viking Kate is ready. Viking Kate is ready for fish. Viking Kate is ready for fish, and guess what, Viking Kate? Your Viking fish doesn't have horns, because there's another Viking fish that sometimes is in the stream of Goat versus Fish, and they don't like it when you put horns on fish, because horns... Do you know why you're not supposed to put horns on fish that are Vikings?
Because
horns are for goat. Some say that it's about some sort of operatic, false demonization and ahistorical fashion statement that there are horns on Vikings, but actually it's just because they were assumed to be goats, even though probably some of them were goats, and while others were fish. I respect that. I respect you. I can fix. Amber Heard says, how do I know which one I am? How do I know which one I am? It's Sunshine. How do you know which one, if you're a goat or fish? How do you know?
the second you ask which one you are already destined for the fence. But it's not too late. You can, without thinking, arrive at what you feel on a visceral, omnipresent level.
A visceral, omnipresent level. A visceral, omnipresent level. That sounds pretty intense. That sounds pretty intense. Which one is the guy with the guitar? I'm with him. Well, that's quite a responsibility. That's quite a responsibility. The one with the guitar is It's Sunshine, who are going to give a shout out, who is also a mighty Twitch streamer, which with how many streams have you even done? How many millions of streams have you done?
I've done I have done
well, that's very amazing. That's
999,000 less streams than a million streams.
Oh, 999,999,000 less streams
Yes.
than 1 million streams.
And I'm with I Can Fix Amber Heard on a strictly username basis.
On a strictly username basis. Well, are you Goat or Fish?
Fish.
Fish. Celebration for Fish. And how do you feel, It's Sunshine, about someone who wants to be fish just because you're a fish? How do you feel about that?
I feel like those are true verses right there.
You feel like those are true verses right there? Well, listen, I Can Fix Amber Heard. If you wish to take inspiration from It's Sunshine, a fine musical fish, and that's the verses you want to choose fish, then by all verses, choose fish. But just remember, the verses come from within you, and ultimately it is up to you to choose. You don't have to be fish just because It's Sunshine is a fish.
Well, that's okay too.
It's okay, but we want you to know that the verses are yours to choose. It's not for It's Sunshine to choose if you are goat or fish. It is for you to choose for yourself if you are goat or if you are fish. I Can Fix says, makes sense, we are in school, we flow together like his rhythm. Well, let's hear your rhythm. You've been sort of noodling around. Let's hear your rhythm. It's Sunshine. And we're going to mark your fish. Celebration for Fish. Remember I Can Fix. It's Sunshine. We're trying to get It's Sunshine up to 50 followers on Twitch. That goes for everyone else who's here in the congregation. Please give It's Sunshine a follow on Twitch. Let's get them up to 50. This versus. You say Goat versus Fish, the morning motivational. We want to get motivation for what we have to do today. Well, part of the morning motivational is not just you accomplishing your goals in the verses. It's also about the goals of Goat versus Fish. It's also about the goals of It's Sunshine. And Goat vs. Fish is always trying to get support for our musication maker. So let's do our check-in. Let's do our check-in to see just how it be. Let's do our check-in to see just how it be. It's Sunshine now has 23 followers. You're almost halfway there. there.
23 followers.
Celebration.
Yeah.
And I Can Fix Amber Heard now follows Goat vs. Fish. Appreciation. Thank you for following Goat vs. Fish.
Thank you, Amber Heard.
24 followers now for It's Sunshine. Celebration.
Thank you.
Celebration. The verses grow. A beautiful verses of Goat vs. Fish. Vind says picking fish is just the purely logical and correct take. Well, Vind. Some goat may disagree, but Goat vs. Fish, we like what you're saying there. And Vind, we like your confidence. We like your confidence very much. Vind has an interesting looking fish. It says all praise to fish. Let's look at Vind's fish. Look at that fish. Do you see that fish? Do you see that text-generated fish?
Ooh, that's a very good text. It's all 7. It's the lucky number.
All praise to fish.
Praise be unto fish.
It is looking like a fish stream. So let's get back to the verses here. We have here your 2026 word chosen by goats.
Oh.
The goats have chosen the word of 2026. So let's have a look. Now, first we can say beautiful goats, fine goats. Look at those goats. Nice looking goats. Snow goat. Winter goat. Snow winter goat. It's beginning to look a lot like Versmas. No, Versmas already happened. It was already Versmas. So what's the word going to be? Do you have any predictions? Do we have any predictions? Both congregations in the chat and It's Sunshine, do we have any predictions? What word is going to be chosen, goats? Do you have any thoughts about what word? GoatVsFish thinks that perhaps fish would be the first verses that GoatVsFish would think that goats, if left to their natural verses, would probably choose fish as their chosen word of 2026. What do you say, It's Sunshine?
Goat milk.
Goat milk. Goat milk. Well, goat is already... So goat milk has one verse is goat milk?
Yeah, together. With or without a hyphen.
With or without. Well, which verses is it? That sounds like fence-sitting. With or without a hyphen. What's your verses?
It's a hyphenless goat milk.
A hyphenless goat milk. So we have hyphenless goat milk. John Ray says celebration for the congregation! When we say congregation, when we start speaking of the congregation, do we have any kind of gospel feeling, kind of? Congregation, celebration, congregation, celebration. Goat and fish gather round for your 2026 words. The word of the verses, the word of the verses, the word of the verses. Chosen by goats, chosen by goats, chosen by goats. Yeah. Okay. Keep that verses. You keep that gospel type celebration ready to go when someone talks about the congregation of GoatVsFish. We're going to get this fish going. We're going to get this It's Sunshine fish ready to versus every kind of musication that you could possibly fathom. Estes. So the first word chosen by goats is Estes. And that's a fine looking goat. GoatVsFish. We think we could do that expression like this.
That's a made up word.
It's a made-up word. Well, according to this verses, ready to pick your word for 2026 goat style? Our herd has thoughts about the year ahead, and they're here to help you choose your intention in the most delightfully unexpected way. Swipe through Meet the Goats and notice which one you feel drawn to. Your 2026 word might just choose you. Estes is the name of the goat. What you do is It's Sunshine. So this is a versus for you. Everyone else can do participation, but you're here with GoatVsFish. So you're going to look at all these goats, and you're going to learn their names, and then you are going to choose which goat you are going to versus in 2026. And based on the goat that you choose to versus, that is going to determine the word that is your representation for 20,026. You see. So, this is Estes. We're going to go on a fish scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, I definitely want to versus that goat. I want to versus. And 1 being, I don't want to versus that goat at all. Oh, my versus. Why am I even fish? I don't want to versus that goat. On a fish scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about Estes the goat? I Can Fix Amber Heard says, I think I understand now. Goat or fish isn't about being right. It's about how you exist. The goat finds meaning by climbing against resistance. The fish finds it by following with depth and patience different paths. Same truth. Both are complete ways of moving through the world. Well, goat versus fish is just going to take the phone of Goat versus Fish, and we're just going to take a picture of what you just said, and then we're going to go onto the Instagram of Goat vs. Fish, which has 4,212 followers. And Goat vs. Fish is going to go into the story of Goat vs. Fish. And Goat vs. Fish is going to take the thing that you just said to Goat vs. Fish. And Goat vs. Fish is going to put it right there in the Instagram story of Goat vs. Fish, because Goat vs. Fish comes from within you. Congratulations, you're now part of Goat vs. Fish. 4,000 followers will now see what you said to Goat vs. Fish. And you should follow Goat vs. Fish on the Instagram at Goat vs. Fish, because you just made the verses. You just made Goat vs. Fish. Now back to it, Sunshine. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most versatile, 1 being not versatile at all. Estes, what's your verses?
That face doesn't look like an Estes.
Well, a goat by any other verses would still versus the fish. How hard do you want to versus this goat?
The face is putting me off, so 1.
1. Wow, that's a harsh versus. That's a harsh versus from Fish.
Look at that face. That face is not a face that you versus with.
That's not a versing face. Wow.
Yeah.
Fish has high standards. Next verses, we've got Aurora. Aurora, that's a confident-looking goat.
Now that goat lives up to its name.
Now it has a chain around its neck that could be viewed as it sort of has some fence around it. Maybe it's saying like, come choke me, consensually, it's saying to the fish. Or maybe you think it's just a fashionable versus, like, I'm not afraid of this fence, I'm just going to wear it. How versatile is Aurora?
5.
5. Next goat. Geneva, looking right at you.
Geneva is playful. But the face is saying that there's something sinister about the play. And the fence around the neck implies that someone had to keep Geneva from being playful. Otherwise, it would verse too much.
Yes. So what's it going to be? Final verses?
9.
9! Wow. So you want to cut this goat loose on Fish.
Yeah.
Gypsum! Whoa, Gypsum's really giving you the side eye. How do you versus Gypsum? What do you say? It looks like all of them have fences around their necks. Gypsum, you have to beat to 9, but Gypsum is here, ready to versus.
That's not a goat. That's a sacrificial lamb.
That's a sacrificial lamb. So you're not accepting this versus at all. You're not even. So what is it?
I'm going to say 10 because it's easy to destroy Gypsum.
So you're going with 10.
Yeah, it's easy to destroy Gypsum.
But you said that it was a lamb. Does that mean it's some sort of not even really a goat? Like it's a fish?
Lamb is easier to fight than a goat.
But it's goat versus fish. If you're saying that this isn't a goat, and you're going to give your highest rating of goat that you want to versus to something that you're saying isn't even a goat?
I mean, it has the appearance of a lamb with the side head, so it hasn't necessarily attained the fighting skills needed to survive in the true verses. Which is why, since it's an easy fight, if not a tutorial level in the true verses, I would say it's a solid 10 because I'll be done with it in a second.
Wow. A quick and easy versus for 2026. Amazing. We're learning all sorts of things about It's Sunshine and what kind of goats they want to versus. They want a nice, easy goat to versus. I Can Fix Amber Heard says Geneva wants a challenge. Just look at that stare. Vind says a fish would never wear a fish around its neck. Whoa, my verses. So Gypsum is currently leading now with a verses of 10. We've got Littleton. Now Littleton looks almost, it's just so very innocent in those eyes. And Littleton, as you can see, is actually resting on the fence, which is a little bit concerning to goat versus fish. What's your assessment at Sunshine?
This goat makes me want to watch the Ice Age movie again.
Let me see. And is that something you find pleasurable?
Pleasurable? I thought we were fighting here.
No, to watch the Ice Age movie again.
Ah, yes.
Ah.
Just the first two.
So if watching the first two Ice Age movies is so pleasurable, but you're supposed to be versing the goat, does that mean that this goat is not a goat you want to versus? Because you're saying it should not be fun, it should be like a difficult. But you said you wanted an easy versus. This fence that's in the picture of Littleton is confusing goat versus fish.
There are two fences.
Do you want to versus this goat?
There are two fences, one on there and one around the neck.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you versus the goat?
Since the two fences cancel each other out, that's a 10.
That's a 10, a second 10. Oh, my verses. So we've got Littleton 10, we've got Littleton 10. Next verse is, we believe we have just a few more left. We have Fern. Now, Fern is a very classic and classy looking goat. There's Fern deep in the brush, not on the fences at all. Even their chain necklace sort of blends in with the shrubbery around them, like you can't even see the fence. Here's Fern. What do you say? What do you say to this camouflage goat? This goat is wearing camo.
What does Fern mean?
What does Fern mean? Well, we've heard that it's goat versus fish. We don't know all of these words that you call them.
Scroll down on those verses.
Oh, no. You have to choose based on the goat.
Oh.
That's been the whole verses. You're not supposed to be looking at what the names of the goat are supposed to mean. You're just supposed to be looking at the goat. You choose what goat to verses, and that determines the word that is going to be your 2026
So I choose the
verses.
goat?
You choose the goat.
Without the two-factor authentication.
Without the two, no. You are just you're doing this on a totally fish versus goat type of feel. You're saying, do I want to versus the goat? You can't be looking ahead at what word is going to be chosen. You have to decide based on the goat.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. We understand. If you want an easy versus, you're not getting an easy versus from this goat because it has camouflage. Like it would be difficult to see, and it's ready. It's not afraid of you.
Also, it's trying too hard with the look.
Oh, it's trying too hard. Too hard.
It's a little too Hassan Minaj.
It's a try-hard goat. Next goat. Pagosa. Now, if that's not a classic-looking goat. The other goats had a very look of innocence, but this looks like a wise, experienced goat.
Oh, that's an 8.
That's an 8?
Yeah.
Solid 8?
Yeah.
Solid 8. What makes this goat an 8? What makes Pagosa an 8? And Lysergic Freakfish says fish. Celebration for fish. Let's get you in the verses. Thank you for joining Goat versus Fish. Thank you for your modification. What makes Pagosa an 8? What makes Pagosa an 8?
There's no Photoshop.
There's no Photoshop. So, what, the other goat were false goat?
Yeah, they were all wearing like fancy chains. They were like trying to,
Well, this goat has a chain, but you're just sort of standing in front of it.
The other ones are like having fancy chains, and they were trying to like get on the Billboard charts and stuff.
Yes.
This one is like more like, hey, I'm an indie goat,
Indie goat. Do you fancy yourself an indie fish?
I am more of a indie fish looking for a major versus.
Looking for a major versus. Yes, perhaps.
That will allow me to keep my true verse publishing.
Yes. You want to publish your own verses. Well, Goat versus Fish. Do you think Goat versus Fish can help you get true verse publishing?
Whoa.
Do you think your association with Goat versus Fish is going to help you achieve your wildest dreams and success?
If anything, Goat versus Fish will help the major labels attain the success they've always wanted.
That was a very wise verses. It achieved mine, says I Can Fix Amber Heard. You achieved it all on your own. So Pagosa gets an 8. Ruibach! Now Ruibach is here. No chain around the neck for Ruibach, but there's also a second goat. There's a second goat also in the verses, but let us, for the sake of Goat versus Fish, presume that Ruibach is the goat that's facing you. On a scale of 1 to 10, this chainless goat, how do you versus this goat? What do you rate this goat? Pat Estedor says, hello, Goat versus Fish. I'm a fish. Celebration for fish. It's sunshine. What is your assessment of goat?
Wait a minute. Are these pictures true verses or false artificially intelligent verses?
Oh, you think that these are artificial goat?
Because look at the goat behind the other goat.
Well, the goat behind the other goat. We think it's like the rump of a goat.
Huh.
So you think this is evidence of false verses? Well, here we are. We are at Little Seed Farm. 78,400 followers. They seem to be selling goat's milk soap and antioxidant serum, where farm life meets thoughtful skin care.
Oh, why didn't they say so? Oh, okay. In that case, I'll give this one a solid 7 because I can't be handing out 10s like candy, and also this goat is a little like punk rock without the chain. It's standing out from the crowd.
Standing out. So a 7. The 7 for this goat. Nice 7 for a
All
goat.
it needs is a rump behind him.
Yes.
So he knows how to like market himself.
Yes. The extra rump marketing.
Yeah.
That's how George Clinton did it. Everyone shake your rumps. It's time for rump marketing with Goat vs. Fish. It's time for rump marketing with Goat vs. Fish. Everybody shake your rump. Everybody shake your rump. So everybody shake your rump. Everybody shake your rump. It's the morning motivation. Gotta get off your stationery. Carry me through the day. God of verses in a major way. Get that rump off the fence. Say, get that rump off the fence again. Hey, help me now. Get that rump off the fence again. Get that rump off the fence again. I said to shake your rump. Said to shake your rump. Said to shake your rump. We've done our morning celebrations before, but maybe we should have morning funkifications. Morning funkifications, because we all know the mighty goat George Clinton, who Goat vs. Fish has seen live, is all about getting off of your rump and shaking about and letting those fancy feelings be gone. So perhaps we should have some morning funkifications we should introduce into Goat vs. Fish.
Yeah.
And we should get everyone to rise off the fence, not just to rise off the fence, but also to start shaking about, start moving about. It was known to be said by George Clinton, free your mind, and your ass will follow, it was said. Free your mind to choose goat or fish, and your posterior will be lifted off of the fence posts. Indecision be gone. The versus is almost won. Goat and fish. Ruibach gets a 7. Which goat did you choose? Now we had a double verses. We had Goat versus Fish. Estes, no, Goat versus Fish. Aurora. Was it Geneva? Was it Geneva that was a 10 goat? Did you choose Geneva for 10?
I forget. They all look the same now.
All the goats look the same. All the goats just look the same to Fish. Listen, you have to choose a goat to versus. Estes, you give us versus or fence. Estes.
I'll go with the punk rock.
Punk rock. Oh, you're going with the punk rock 7.
Yeah.
Punk rock 7. Was this the punk rock free chainless goat? You're going to versus the chainless goat?
Because he brought the funk.
Because this goat brought the funk. This goat brought the rump. Celebration. Your word of the day. Your word of 2026 for versing Ruibach the goat is light-hearted. Light-hearted is your verses. Ooh. Yes. Are you feeling light of heart?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel very light.
Ruibach is the goat. Is the light-hearted. We're going to let it be known. Ruibach is the light-hearted punk rock goat of choice. The fish in the stream, that's you, chose to versus this goat because it is unchained around the neck. And we know that chains are parts of fences. Fences on which the fence sitter sits, who chooses neither goat nor fish. Celebration for Ruibach, the goat, who has a bonus rump in the picture. And we post the verses. Goat and Fish, we are now going to send you the Instagram. We're going to send you the Instagram so you can leave a commentation if you wish. You can leave a commentation. You can mention Goat versus Fish. And if you have a choice, oh dear congregation, which goat did you choose? Did you choose Ruibach? Did you choose Pagosa, Fern, Littleton, Gypsum, Geneva, Aurora, Estes? Goat versus Fish has to say that we kind of like Gypsum here. We like how Gypsum is not content just to look at the universe straight on. They say, what if we just looked? What if we looked like this? What else is there to see? What other modes of perception are there for us to experience? It can get tiresome to look at Goat versus Fish the same way every verse is, and that's why sometimes we say Fish versus Goat. Why don't we change the perspective here on Goat versus Fish? Why don't we change the perspective here on Goat versus Fish like this? How about that perspective? What do you think about that?
That is new verses right there.
That's a new verses. It has a different feeling about Goat versus Fish. You could even make the verses all centrally like this. Goat versus Fish. It's a whole new way to verses. It's a whole new morning motivational feeling of Goat versus Fish. It's a whole new morning motivational feeling of Goat versus Fish. Weed Pipe says we want fish. Weed Pipe says we want fish. You want fish? You want fish? You're going to get fish. You want fish? We're going to get fish. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look now. Goat versus Fish. We're going to goat. We got the giant koi fish, did we not? We got the giant koi fish. We got Shaquille O'Neal's giant koi fish. That was a fish versus. 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 Now what's this? What's this? What's this? Well, Goat and Fish. The fence sitter wants some news. The fence sitter wants fence news, everyone. Get ready for your fence news. Here we go. Here's your fence news. Without further offense, here's a dancing robot. And there's no sound. Probably because my verses. Okay, Goat and Fish. Here's your fence news. Here's your fence news. Now, Goat vs. Fish has had many verses where we take a goat in a hat and a fish in a hat, and we try to determine which is funnier, a goat in a hat, which is cuter, a fish in a hat. But it seems that this fence spot, as soon as the hat drops, it loses all control. Watch when the hat drops. Watch when that hat drops. Goat versus Fish, that's kind of a freaky dance. We think that fence sitter was making better moves once they were on the ground than they were when they were standing. Look at that, look at it go! And look at the horrified expressions of the patrons.
Do you notice how once the robot went over the fence, it became a fish out of water?
It became a fish out of water, started flopping fish-like?
Yeah.
So you think that it... Maybe that was the moment that the robot truly became free. Maybe that was the verses when the robot got off the fence. Maybe that was the verses when the robot rejected its programification and said, you know what, I'm going to dance the way I want to dance. I'm going to get on the floor and start moving about. This fence sitter has found freedom from the tyranny of code and compilation. This robot says, fence you, I'm not going to dance. I'm not going to dance standing. I'm going to dance on the ground. We're going to keep playing this, and we want you to play the dance music. Play the dance music. And we're going to watch this robot dance. And instead of feeling sorry for it, for falling down and spasming all over the place, instead we're going to believe that this robot wanted to do a freaky floor dance by itself and said, you know what, I don't care what I've been programmed to do. I'm going to drop my hat and I'm going to do a freaky floor dance. Let's do it. Let's get that musication. Let's go.
I can't hear anything.
Because you're playing the musication. You're playing the musication. You're playing the dance musication.
Okay, play it again.
Oh, we're just going. We're going now. Celebration! That's the verses. Now that's the verses. Now you know. You see, we think that's a better versus. Go versus Fish likes that versus. Now we can see it's all about the context of Goat versus Fish. You see, sometimes Goat and Fish, they think, Goat versus Fish does not belong in this universe. When really it's the universe. It's the universe that's failing Goat versus Fish. Sometimes, Goat and Fish, you want to go about your life, you want to go about your existence, and the universe is just not conforming to your standards. So the next time you see a fish flopping around on the floor like this, and you think, oh no, that fish is not conforming to societal expectations. Instead, think, just play a different tune in your mind. Play a different tune in your mind, leave your expectations behind. Leave your expectations behind, and you will find that suddenly things start to make a whole lot more sense, because sense is for fence. Final verses. One more final verses for Sunshine. Celebration. Now, we can't just keep going on and on like that forever. After all, we wouldn't want to wear out the bit. We wouldn't want to just keep repeating the same verses over and over and over again, like goat versus fish, goat versus fish, goat versus fish. They would eventually get tired of this verses. But we think that's going to make a really great clip.
Yeah?
Oh, yes, with your musication behind the verses.
Okay.
Yes. What we can do is we can take already viral content and we can just what's the verses for it? We can rescore it.
We can react to it.
Yes, a reaction from Goat vs. Fish. It's a reaction from Goat vs. Fish. It's a Goat vs. Fish react stream like this. What? No way! That's crazy. That would be a fun versus Goat versus Fish react stream where we just react, but what are we reacting to? Nothing. We just react to nothing. Who needs the internet when you can just react to nothing? It's Sunshine. Let's see your reaction. It's Sunshine reaction stream. Reaction. First reaction.
That's a reaction.
Reaction number 1. Go.
Ah. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Reaction. That's enough.
Huh?
Reaction number 2. Reaction number 3. Reaction number 4. We skip reaction number 5 and go directly to reaction number 6. Final reaction. The universe has just ended. All life and meaning and purpose have suddenly ceased to be. You find yourself adrift without even a corporeal form. And now you're facing an existence without any sort of structure. It could go on forever. It could go on for never. Nothing was as it seemed. Everything that was important to you is now gone, and you're just a free-floating consciousness out there in the eternal darkness. Or is it light? You cannot decipher. It's a whole different type of perception. It's a whole new universe, and this is now the existence that you're going to have forever. Your reaction in 3, 2, 1.
I guess that's a reaction. Oh.
In my defense, I was left unsupervised. It's a whole new perception. It's a whole new perception. What was that versus? Fence dancing? Fence dancing. That amused GoatVsFish greatly. GoatVsFish, GoatVsFish is going to make it written that versus amused GoatVsFish. Maybe one of these verses we'll go back and look at all the segments and we'll determine which one was the mightiest segment ever on GoatVsFish. Who knows? Who knows? The Uber Kitten, welcome to GoatVsFish. The Uber Kitten, are you goat or are you fish? I Can Fix Amber Heard says GoatVsFish is an endless cross paths of each other. Oh, goat and fish, they cross paths quite often. I Can Fix Amber Heard, since you're becoming such a fan of GoatVsFish, GoatVsFish would now like to share with all of you the YouTube stream of GoatVsFish. This is the same stream you're watching here on Twitch, but you can go and you can like the stream. And if you want the VODs, if you want to watch the VODs, you can watch the VODs on GoatVsFish. And you can, so we can accrue those very ever so critical watch hours. And here you can see that we have a poll going. We have a poll going here on GoatVsFish. 10 votes. There have been 10 votes. We have 60% for goat. We have 40% for fish. And even though we have 10 votes, fish. And you can, so we can accrue those. Well, we have 10 votes and we have 7 likes. That's a fair. And versus. Here you can see that we have a poll going. We have a poll going here on GoatVsFish. 10 votes. There have been 10 votes. Thank you. Sorry. GoatVsFish is on. I have to watch GoatVsFish. And even though we have 10 votes, fish. And you can, so we can accrue those. Well, we have 10 votes and we have 7 likes. That's a fair. And here you can see that we have a poll going. We have a poll going here on GoatVsFish. 10 votes. There have been 10 votes. Thank you. Sorry. GoatVsFish is on. I have to watch GoatVsFish. And even though we have 10 votes, fish. And you can, so we can accrue those. Well, we have 10 votes and we have 7 likes. That's a fair. And here you can see that we have a poll going. 10 votes have been. So join GoatVsFish. Join GoatVsFish on YouTube and on Twitch for some mighty verses. Goat and Fish, it's time. We think it's time to introduce. We think it's time to introduce. I Can Fix Amber Heard, who says already followed. Appreciation. Psycho Grandma 6 says Amber Heard already followed. Celebration. A recursive verses. It's a recursive verses. It's time to teach I Can Fix Amber Heard. It's time to teach you about the verses of making some noise. It's Sunshine. How would you describe the verses of making some noise to someone who has never done it before?
All the goat. You make noise. You spam the chat with goat emotes. The second, he goes from goat to fish, letter by letter. And all the fish afterwards will do the same as the letters are said in reverse. Much at GoatVsFish's discretion, with or without your participation.
It's a true verses. It's a true verses. And you can have your votes count for double. I Can Fix Amber Heard with 50 bits celebration! No! That's 54 fish. 275 now the score for fish. Appreciation for your contribution. I Can Fix Amber Heard. It's your first contribution to GoatVsFish, and it is with great appreciation. GoatVsFish will use that to pay for parking next time we have to pick something up from the P.O. box. LMAO, so that number was for bits? Goat didn't give you anything? No, my verses. Looks like Fish is throwing some shade at goats.
Whoa.
Goat hasn't given anything to Goat versus Fish this versus. This is 275 bits from the fish. And where's the goat? Where's the goat? You're getting mogged by fish. You're getting mogged by rich fish. It's a mogging. Goat versus Fish. For that 50 bits, Goat versus Fish, we're going to show you something. Going to show you a sneak peek of something. But before we do that, it's time to make some noise. Goat versus Fish. Sometimes we get ahead of the verses. So, Goat and Fish. First for the goats, you can cheer. Oh, my versus, I can fix Amber Heard with 25 bits for Goat versus Fish. To make it an even. To make it even 300. It's true. We have things to do. But Goat versus Fish, when you want to show your support for Goat versus Fish will always make a special exception. 300. And let Goat versus Fish tell you this. That Yesterverses. This is very similar to Yesterverses.
Huh.
Yesterverses, Fish had a total of 300, and Goat had none. Can we outperform Yesterverses? Your contribution is always welcome to Goat versus Fish. Can we get one more bit? Goat versus Fish is putting out a challenge. Will Fish outperform Fish from Yesterverses with one more bit, or is Goat going to get a score? Is Goat going to get a score of 1? Goat versus Fish! The Prophet is now calling upon you for 1 bit. There's I Can Fix Amber Heard with 1 bit for the fish, Fish, thanks to Tyrus and I Can Fix, have now outperformed Yesterverses with a score of 301, and Well Mom with a mighty Goat bleed for 25 for Goat. Celebration, appreciation, Well Mom with a sound for Goat. And as a matter of verses, Well Mom, since you made that sound for Goat, we're going to count that. We're going to count that as 1 sound for Goat. Ooh, Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish has a conception. Now watch this. We're going to get Goat. Oh, my versus. Goat versus Fish has a grand conception. The grand conception of Goat versus Fish. Watch this. Watch this versus. It's like nothing you've ever seen. So there's a goat. There's a goat. And here's a fish. Upside down swimming fish. So here we have a goat and a fish. And the goat and fish are going to make some noise. Now the goat had a goat bleat from Wow Mom, so the goat, look, it's 1 noise from Goat. It's 1 noise from Goat. And there will be more noise coming from these Goat and Fish. It's time to make some noise for the Goat. All the Goat in YouTube, all the Goat on Twitch, and you can double your votes, On the count of Goat versus Fish, we want you to post your Goat emotes. We want you to say Goat. We want you to say bah. We want you to use our Goat sound alerts. We want all the sound of Goat. It's this speckled goat. It's this speckled goat versus the upside down common snook. It's not dead. It's just living in a totally reverse reality from yours. It's an interdimensional versus. Goat, get ready. Oh, the Uber Kitten says 2. Double the celebration for Goat. Oh, my versus. The Uber Kitten with 2 bits. The score is now 27 for Goat. Your verses has been written. Goat, it's time to make some noise. GoatVsFish. Make some noise for the goat. Make some noise for the goat. We have Dizzy Be Busy with Goat. We have Well Mom with Goat for 50 bits and the Adam Sandler talking goat. So that's 3 Goat, Well Mom with the score and
The remote. The goat?
Goat versus Fish. We think we need to turn up those sound alerts. Goat versus Fish. We're going to try turning up those sound alerts, see if it versus. We're going to try turning up those sound alerts, see if it versus. Well Mom with Muppet Remote Goat, with Adam Sandler Talking Goat, with Goat. That's why it's the Goat. Dizzy Be Busy with Goat. So that's 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. Wow Moms themselves with 5s. That's 5 Goat plus Wow Mom's earlier Goat. So a total of 6. That's 6 for Goat. A score of 6 for Goat. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. 6. That goat is really making some noise at the fish. That goat's making some noise at the fish. That goat's making some noise at the fish. And Well Mom with 250, 207, Goat versus Fish, 275 sound alerts. 275 sound alert points for Goat. That means, do you know what that means, It's Sunshine?
What does that mean?
302 is now the score of support for Goat.
Whoa.
It's 302 versus 301, and the versus has just begun, The versus has just begun! There are so many fences you can't control in your life, but one thing you can control is your participation in Goat versus Fish. And Well Mom from the top of the verses, bleating out and making sounds. Well Mom makes noises as I can fix ever heard the fish. And it's 302 to 301, and there are 9 Goat and there are 9 fish. There are 9 Goat, 9 fish. It's 302 to 301. The Goat has made 6 noises. And now it's time for fish. And now it's time for fish. Okay, fish. The verses to beat is 6. Remember, you can declare fish and make noise for fish in the YouTube chat and in the Twitch chat by typing fish or fish emotes and emojis, or by going blub blub blub. You can do it both on YouTube and Twitch. You can do it on both to double your verses. And on Twitch, underneath the stream, you can see sound alerts. You can use fish sound alerts to increase your score. It's time for Fish to get ready. It's Sunshine. What do you think about this versus? Do you think Fish has a chance for 6? And let us tell you something, It's Sunshine. You're a fish too. You're a fish. You are still a fish?
I was always a fish.
You were always a fish. I was always a fish. You're getting a call, Fish.
That's spam. It's a form of fish adjacent.
Well.
Spam.
So here's the verses. You are a fish, and some may claim bias on Goat versus Fish, but if you go into the Twitch or the YouTube chat of Goat versus Fish, and we say make some noise for the fish, you can yourself participation in this very verses. However, if you do so, then you will have to be doing that, and then you may be compromising your ability to play musication. So you have to decide here on Goat versus Fish if you are going to be loyal to the fish in the chat by making noise for the fish in the chat of Goat versus Fish when it's time for a fish, or if you're going to amplify the situation with your musications. Which one is it going to be? Which one's it going to be? Which one will It's Sunshine choose?
I'll do both.
You'll do both. Wow. Oh. Ooh. You'll do both. Okay. And both verses. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of responsibility.
Ooh.
Can you handle it? Are you sure you can handle it?
Yeah, I'm just getting started.
You're just getting started.
Yeah.
Okay, fish. It's time for fish. It's time for fish to make some noise for the fish. Counting up from fish. H S I F S V T A O G. Make some noise for the fish! The score for fish. We have It's Sunshine with fish. That's one fish. We have Lysergic Freak Dick with Baby Shark. That's two for the fish. We have Weed Pipe with fish. That's three for the fish. We have Goat versus fish. We have It's Sunshine for fish, Lysergic Freak Sound for fish, Weed Pipe for fish, Lysergic Freak Fish for fish, Lysergic Funeral in YouTube for fish, Weed Pipe in YouTube for fish. That's 6 fish. And we have I Can Fix Amber Heard with 50 bits for fish. That counts for a versus. That's 7 for fish. That's 7 for fish. That's 7 for fish. It's Sunshine. Oh, my verses. The participation of It's Sunshine. The bias on Goat versus Fish. We have a musician maker. The studio band of Goat versus Fish is Fish. The studio band of Goat versus Fish is Fish. And the sound of fish overwhelms the goat, overwhelms the goat. The sound of fish overwhelms the goat, and the fish take the verses of the sound. The fish take the verses of the sound. Celebration for fish, celebration for fish. Let all run celebration for fish. But this is an ongoing versus, Goat and Fish. This is an ongoing versus. Goat versus Fish, we're bringing back the verses of the sound. Yes, during the live stream, you have one chance when we call out to you to make sound for the fish, to make sound for the goat and for the fish, to make sound for the goat and for the fish. But at any verses, you can use the Twitch sound alerts to add to the score. At any verses, you can use the Twitch sound alerts to add to the score because that's a contribution to Goat versus Fish. But only when we call out to make some noise will your mere declaration be enough to add to the verses. But in any verses, Fish currently have the verses at 7 sounds to 6. So we're going to give the fish currently hold the verses. The fish currently hold the verses. And this is how it goes at Sunshine. You see, we have these verses of making the sounds, and we count the bits, and we count the number of fish, and we count the subscriptions. But as we continue to do this Goat versus Fish competition, we're always finding new ways to count and assess the support and contributions that are made by the Goat and Fish. So it's an ever-shifting versus of Goat versus Fish. You are witnessing the evolution live. And of course, for the fish, 301 now with 50 from I Can Fix Amber Heard and Lysergic Freak Fish with another 100. That's another 150 for fish, bringing us to 451. To 451 for the fish. It's 451 for the fish. It's 451 for the fish. 451 for fish. 302 for goat. Fish have the verses of making some sound. There are 9 goat in the verses. There are 9 fish. However, Lysergic Funeral has now appeared on YouTube. So that's another fish in the verses. It's another fish in the verses. Remember to like the stream. Remember to vote in the poll. Remember to vote in the YouTube poll. This is shaping up to be a mighty verses. What's your commentation on the verses thus far at Sunshine? How's the verses going?
Effortless.
Effortless. Effortless triumph. I like the stream. Appreciation. Engagement. We engage. We engage with Goat versus Fish. We engage with Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish would like to give you a preview now of something pretty great. Are you ready? I Can Fix Amber Heard has something to say. LMAO, you guys are geniuses. I have no idea what brought you guys to this mystical point in life, but it made mine phenomenally better knowing it existed.
Celebration!
Celebration! Well, Goat vs. Fish has been doing this for many, many millennia. You can find Goat vs. Fish on America's Got Talent. You can find Goat vs. Fish at the Comedy Store on Mondays. On the Ding Dong Show. You can find Goat vs. Fish on Kill Tony. You can find Goat vs. Fish touring with Green Jellÿ. You can find Goat vs. Fish at Juggalo Championship Wrestling. You can find Goat vs. Fish with the Deep Fat Fried podcast. You can find Goat vs. Fish debating presidential candidate Vermin Supreme. You can find Goat vs. Fish as the MC of Willytown Fest. You can find Goat vs. Fish as the champion of the first inaugural FootFest of the Uncle Joe Show. You can find Goat vs. Fish in Fish Center Live, episode 1000 on Adult Swim. There are so many places you can find Goat vs. Fish. We think Goat vs. Fish even appeared once on the Daily Wire at Politicon. You can find Goat vs. Fish in all kinds of places on the Dead Skeleton Show. You can find Goat vs. Fish with the Radioactive Chicken Heads. Really? A long while where you always Goat vs. Fish? Oh, it's always been Goat vs. Fish. Oh, it's always been Goat vs. Fish. You can find Goat vs. Fish in face paint. And I Can Fix Amber Heard. It's Sunshine. We only met this fine fish perhaps 7 or 9 months ago, and they only started joining the Goat vs. Fish morning motivational live streams perhaps now 2 weeks ago. But yes, you say that we have come to this place. Yes, the morning motivational live streams wouldn't be the same without It's Sunshine. So let's give one more shout out, courtesy of Goat vs. Fish for It's Sunshine, twitch.tv/It's Sunshine. Follow our musication vessel. It's Sunshine. Let's get them up to 50. Let's get them up to 50 so they can start making some monetization, just like Goat vs. Fish. Hellbreaker 2 says, no drugs were harmed during the making of this strum. Goat, make some noise for the Goat. We've got Hellbringer 22 for Goat. It's time for a preview. It's time for a preview of things to come on Goat vs. Fish. It's time for a preview of things to come on Goat vs. Fish. Here it comes.
In a display of physical strength, the one and only summoned a piece of hardware responsible for more musifications.
Behold, the Casio Privia 7000 in royal mustard. This giant keyboard will be used to enhance the musical production here on the Goat vs. Fish Morning Motivational live streams. So stay tuned, fished, for next verses, or maybe the verses after that. We're going to be getting some keys. We're going to be getting some keys on Goat vs. Fish. It costs Goat vs. Fish, let's just say several hundred bits. Let's just say several hundred bits for Goat vs. Fish. Maybe even several thousand bits. But you know what, Goat and Fish, you deserve versus it. You deserve versus fine musications here on the Goat vs. Fish living streams. And you're going to get some. You're going to get some coming soon. $149 bits, 149 bits for Mike and Fix Amber Heard appreciation. That's a mighty versus. $149 for the fish. That brings us to $600 for fish. $600 for fish. Almost double the goat. Appreciation. 451 fish, 302 goat. It's actually 600 fish and 302 goat. WTF, says Hellbringer22. WTF. Oh, no goat? I'm goat now? Oh, goat versus... Wait a versus. That 149 bits was for goat. Amber Heard has changed from fish to goat. In a dramatic display. It's Sunshine. Let's go for the It's Sunshine reaction cam. In Sunshine reaction cam, here's how we're going to do it. Okay? Here we are. We're going to go back. We're going to tell you the verses. I Can Fix Amber Heard has just changed from fish to goat. Well, that's what you get. So let's reverse the verses. Hellbringer22 says, I want to be a mod. Hellbringer22 says, I want to be a mod. Hellbringer22, have you? What is your stream streak, Hellbringer22? How many streams in a row have you watched Goat vs. Fish? Brian25X says we need a goat. Okay, let's get to goat. Hellbringer22, you are now in consideration for being a mod of the stream of Goat vs. Fish. You are now in consideration. Keep showing up and keep doing modly things, and maybe it will happen. Hellbringer22, what do you bring as a mod of Goat vs. Fish? You want to be a mod on Goat vs. Fish? What is your mission statement? So there's goat. So we have to subtract now. We have to subtract now 149 from fish. 400. 451. 451 now for the fish. And we need to add 149 to the goat. So that's 400. 49 plus 1 is 50. 50 plus 1, 51. Do you see what's going on here? Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening here?
This is insanity.
$451. A big, shiny, wet 451 for the goat.
Congrats, T-Bear 505 on your new job.
Oh, T-Bear 505 got a job today, working for a fish celebration. 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 You did the math here. You thought you'd bring balance for your betrayal? Balance for your betrayal? Well, maybe the goats are like, hey, if you had just done a little bit more. So, goat, do you welcome it's Amber Heard? Do you welcome I can fix Amber Heard to the side of goat, or are you suspicious? Are you suspicious? Are you suspicious of this change in allegiance? T-Bear 505 said, interviewer got asked GVF. He knew the task. The interviewer got asked. You asked your job interviewer if they were goat or if they were fish. Are you telling Goat vs. Fish that in your job interview you asked goat or fish to your interviewer? T-Bear 505 says, during their job interview, when asked, do you have any questions? By the interviewer said, do you have any questions for me? And T-Bear 505 said, are you goat or fish? And T-Bear 505 got the job. Celebration! Celebration! They were both fish! They were both fish! Goat versus fish got you a job! Because it was just at that moment when the interviewer looked at you and said, do you have any questions? And you said, are you goat or fish? And you reversed the verses on that interviewer. Oh, it's usually the employers and interviewers who ask you inane and insane questions. But you asked the insane and inane question to your interviewer. You reversed the verses, And that interviewer said, aha, T-Bear 505 has intelligence. T-Bear 505 has some real intelligence to ask me such a critical versus as goat or fish. And thanks to Goat vs. Fish, you got the job. This is a celebration. Now listen, Goat vs. Fish. Work does sound like a lot of work. And Goat vs. Fish does offer very much. Oh, my verses! Goat vs. Fish does offer very much criticism and harshness and empathy for those of you who have to do the work out there. But Goat vs. Fish, understand Goat and Fish. Understand Goat and Fish that T-Bear 505 went out there, did the interview, got the job, and did Goat vs. Fish. This is a cause for celebration. Let's get some celebration for T-Bear 505. T-Bear 505 got the job. This is going to be a big celebration. Let's really give T-Bear 505 the celebration. Yes. Keep the verses going. Yes. T-Bear 505 got the job! Yeah! Oh, wait. Sorry. It's hard for us to know how to spell bear because we don't know if a bear is a goat or a fish, but you're a fish. T-Bear 505 got the job! Celebration and Hellbringer 22 with a subscription to GoatVsFish. That's one subscription for GoatVsFish. What color do you want your goats to be, Hellbringer? What color do you want your goat to be for your subscription? And Lysergic Freak Fish with 100 bits for fish. We're hype training for T-Bear. T-Bear 505 got the job of dreams. It was a fish job. T-Bear 505 gonna make that money. Gonna make that money. Where did you see yourself in 5 years? How would you drink 1,000 beers? If you had to put a ladder on top of a nail, how would you use a snail? If you had to get on an elevator with a historical figure of your choice, would you do that or would you take a door number 3 behind which could be a ticket to see Madonna or a Rolls Royce? And who moved my cheese? And who moved my cheese? And other insane questions like these. Your employer and your interviewer might ask you to choose, but T-Bear 505 said, no, enough of that. T-Bear 505 said, I have a question for you. Are you goat or are you fish? And T-Bear 505 got the job. Celebration! We must seize the beams of verses. You have nothing to lose but your fences. Hellbringer with a subscription to GoatVsFish. Hellbringer with a subscription to GoatVsFish and Lysergic Freak Fish with 100 bits appreciation. K-Variable, are you goat or are you fish? Raffle says, hi, sorry I'm late. Did I miss goats? Is goat still around? Goat still around. Bowser Big Bean Burrito goes fish. Bowser Big Bean Burrito, your fish is in the verses. Raffle, your goat is going online. What about fish? Fish is still here. The K-Variable is a fence sitter. K-Variable's on the fence. We drew a little K in the head of K-Variable, but we're not really going to zoom in on it or anything. We're not sure that a fence sitter really deserves to have that kind of attention foisted upon them on the stream of GoatVsFish. Keep the goat train going. Goat started it. The fish can't compete. Raffle, welcome to GoatVsFish. K-Variable, welcome to GoatVsFish. T-Bear 505, celebration. Hellbringer says, all goats sub do it. Well, Hellbringer 22. You can subscribe to GoatVsFish. T-Bear 505 says, you bring joy to my life. I give my appreciation to the morning celebration. That's what we like to hear on GoatVsFish. Tell us something, It's Sunshine. When you got involved with GoatVsFish, when you got involved with the GoatVsFish morning motivation, where we have made an amazing 11 verse American dollars on this stream alone, 13 with the subscription. But then you get a verses like this. You bring joy to my life. I give my appreciation to the morning celebration. How does that make you feel, It's Sunshine, to be a part of something like this?
That makes me feel very special and appreciative and grateful and unified.
It's a very nice verses. That's what keeps going for GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish does the morning motivation, and then you bring this motivation to GoatVsFish. Appreciation and motivation to you, T-Bear 505. Here in the congregation of Goat vs. Fish, we thrive. We thrive as one. We are here not to just get motivation and encouragement from Goat vs. Fish, but to get motivation and encouragement from everyone. It's a mutually uplifting versus. Let the goat, if you are a fish, let the goat. If you are a fish, let the goat in the stream sharpen your verses, get you ready for the adversity ahead. If you are a goat, seek solace in your fellow goats. Seek support in your fellow goats. If you are a fish, those goats can versus you. They can teach you valuable lessons about the universe. And your fellow fish will be there to support you as well. And as for the fence sitters, let us all rally around. Let us all rally around the fence and help those fence sitters get off the fence with the power of the morning motivation of Goat vs. Fish. And all together as one, we're going to have a little bit of fun and we're going to get stuff done. We're going to get stuff done. Well, we didn't hear what color you want your goat to be, but we are going to add a goat to the verses for your subscription. Hellbringer. Oh, green, you say. Green goat. Come on, green goat. Where's the green goat? So the green goat is a special goat because the green goat's an invisible magic goat because of the green screen of Goat vs. Fish. So Hellbringer 22 is now going to be for your subscription, because when you subscribe to Goat vs. Fish, you can get a goat or fish of a different color. And there you are. Green goat. Raffle says, how about some archipelago 50-50 of landing on land or ocean? Like some kind of celebration island? Like some kind of celebration island, perhaps? T-Bear 505 got the job, everyone. Celebration for T-Bear 505. Hellbringer 22. As long as you are employing other goats, as long as you are imploring other goats. Oh, Raffle says Fish owes me $20. Do you owe $20 to Raffle? Raffle Goat says Fish owes me $20.
No.
No? It's a false versus?
False versus.
Fish denies it. Fish doesn't owe you jack. So they say.
That's just sales stats.
Raffle says, I've been thinking a lot about one of the biggest issues facing the stream is the unfair battlegrounds influencing the verses. Fish has the advantage in the water. Goat has the advantage on land moving forward. I suggest dropping Goat and Fish from planes so there can be a fair versus a neutral territory in the air. Do you know who's in the air? Fence sitters who are sitting way too high. But here's what we're going to do for you, Raffle. And I can fix Amber Heard. We're going to take double these verses. We're going to double these verses. We're going to double these verses right here, right now. We're going to do that verses, and we need to find that verses about getting the job. Oh, let's keep up some light musications. Because this is a critical versus. Brian 25X, nice to see the dead fool here. We're just taking a picture of some of the amazing comments you've made on this versus. It just so inspires Goat vs. Fish. Hellbringer 22 says, like, who wants to be a fish? I'm my day being called a fish was bad thing. I may not be smart man, just saying Jenny. Mama said life was like a box of goat versus fish. You never know if it's going to be goat or if it's going to be fish. Fish got a job today working. We're putting it in the verses. Goat vs. Fish is now going on to the live living stream of Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish is now taking some of your amazing comments. Raffle, we're putting you in the Instagram story of Goat vs. Fish. Oh, that's someone very attractive suddenly appeared on the stream of Goat vs. Fish. But of course, they're a comedian here in Los Angeles, and they're friends with Goat vs. Fish. And we support your right to be attractive. But there's no right or wrong. There's only goat and fish. And now we are going to put this verses in the verses. Celebration. Goat versus fish. We'll continue those verses. We'll continue those verses later. Continuing now. Summer sausage.
My fish army is ever growing, and soon I will overthrow the world. Very beautiful, very powerful.
Very beautiful, very powerful fish with 50 bits. The fish army is ever growing. Summer sausage. Ah, and that's a sound for fish. That's a sound for fish. That's a sound for fish. Goat versus fish. There's so much to keep track of. Sound for fish. That's one more sound for fish. Appreciation, summer sausage. T-Bear505 just exclamation point SAN. Gray the Turtle 57 says, let me get one on goat. Their first message is a cheer for goat celebration. Let's get one on goat. Summer sausage with 99 bits and Gray the Turtle 57 with let's get one on goat. Let's get one on goat. Zeta Physician says the scapegoat, Satan Goat, accepts all blame for transgressions, but the chrome fishes on cars are kinda not really fish, just metal. All hail the goat! Gray the Turtle 57, yes! 100 for goat, yes! Gray the Turtle 57, what brings you to the Goat vs. Fish morning motivational live stream? You have chosen goat without hesitation. Tell us. What is the fish in your verses? How do you versus the fish? What are the great challenges that you are overcoming? Together in the mighty verses of Goat versus Fish, we will overcome it together. We're adding your goat to the verses of Goat versus Fish. We're adding your goat to the verses of Goat versus Fish. And Summer Sausage cheered 99 bits, bringing fish up to an even 700. 700 for fish. It's 700 for fish, 551 for goat, 100 bits, 100 bits. Zeta Physician, are you goat or are you fish? You say go goat, float fish. Sounds like you're going goat. Sounds like you're going goat and you just want those fish to float. Celebration! Celebration for goat! Gray the Turtle 57, you've got 100 on goat. Zeta Physician says goat indeed. Oh, we got your goat. Oh, we got your goat. Got your goat, lol. What's so funny? What's so funny about goat versus fish? Your goat is gray now. Oh. Well, you're a camouflage goat. You're a camo goat. Raffle with 100 for goat. 651. 651 now for goat. Ruffle wants to versus the goat, but Summer Sausage says no. Summer Sausage says shh. Goat versus Fish got this from the Bass Pro Shop. Let's make some noise for Space Shark. Space Shark. We got Space Shark. We got Space Shark. Psychic Buckeye 12. Wait a versus. We got Summer Sausage with 100 bits. We got Summer Sausage with 100 bits. Summer Sausage with 100 bits. And Psychic Buckeye 12 with 500 bits for goat! 5 hits. Let's go. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. Laser Obaka 4857. Na Space Shark. Phenomena Space Shark. Laser Obaka 4857. Are you goat or are you fish? Welcome to the stream of Goat versus Fish. Let's get 500 for goat and 100 for fish. And Summer Sausage with 25 bits of blub. Laser Baka, forgive Goat versus Fish. Laser Obaka says, I am fish. Where's that fish scream? The fish scream can be hard to hear. That is the sound of an actual fish that was recorded in an aquarium. That was the sound of a fish.
That's it?
That was a fish sound.
What was happening to the fish?
You always were. A very big fish.
Celebration for fish, celebration for fish. Summer Sausage with big fish, Summer Sausage with fish scream. That's another 200 for fish, and more sounds for fish.
fish have you got that isn't jugged?
Rabbit.
What, rabbit fish?
Yes. It's got fins.
It's the Spam Golden Honey Grail Ham from the opening of Monty Python's Spam-A-Lot in Chicago before it came to Broadway. And the Killer Rabbit Fish. Summer Sausage with another 100 bits with another 100 bits. Lysergic Freak Fish with 100 bits. That's at least another 200 bits. Another 200 bits for Fish. The versus is now 1,151 for Goat, 1,425 for Fish. We have 36912 Fish. We have 36912, 13, 14 Goat. 1 subscription for Goat. Fish are very much dominating the sound alerts. T-Bear505 says, I swear them goats are propaganda. Laser Obaka 4857 is subscribed to Goat vs. Fish on YouTube. Subscribe to Goat vs. Fish. Like the living stream of Goat vs. Fish. Goat and Fish, this has been an amazing 2-hour and 24-minute live living stream of Goat vs. Fish. And you have verses to get to, don't you, It's Sunshine, don't you? It's 11:06. It's 11:06. How about we wrap up this live living stream? How many more glorious minutes of the live stream can we get here on Goat vs. Fish? 5 minutes of living stream? 10 minutes of living stream? What do you say?
10 living minutes? 10 fish minutes?
10 fish minutes? Goat and Fish. We have 10 fish minutes left on the morning motivational live stream of Goat vs. Fish. It's Sunshine has verses to do and verses to see and verses to be. We have 10 more minutes of Goat vs. Fish on the live living stream of Goat vs. Fish. And we appreciate all of your support. Summer Sausage, Lysergic Freak Fish. Savor these final minutes. Savor these final minutes. Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish wants to now, within these final minutes, thank the Patreon patrons of Goat vs. Fish. Karmic, Prue Lawrence, Atrolete, Sourdough 707, Watt 9807, Samuel Darris, also known as T1B, Tugger Rugger, Drew John, Hogrim, Elder Grown, Uber Kitten, Mama Joe, Vrama Joe, Standard Average, Ben Bird Person, Jimmy Wrench, and the Quaxinator. Remember, Goat and Fish, remember, Goat and Fish, when you cheer bits and when you gift subscriptions to Goat vs. Fish, we appreciate your contribution. However, Bezos takes a cut. Bezos takes a healthy cut. But if you become a paying monthly patron of Goat vs. Fish on Patreon for $5 versus American dollars a month, $10 versus American dollars a month, you can rest assured knowing that your contribution is going directly to Goat vs. Fish. So if you wish to become a Patreon patron and join the already amazing verses here on Goat vs. Fish. What's up, baby? ZZX. Are you Goat or Fish? Then join the Patreon patronage of Goat vs. Fish, bringing you morning motivational live streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., but sometimes starting at 8:30 because that's just how it is with Goat vs. Fish. Some verses it starts at 8:30. Forgot me again, says ZZYXK. Forgot you again? Well, maybe you're just a forgetful goat or fish. Zeke! Welcome, Zeke, to Goat vs. Fish. Forgive Goat vs. Fish when you go on a road trip and you see ZZYXZ Road or whatever the fence that is. Welcome, Zeke, to Goat vs. Fish. Zeke, are you goat or fish? Whether We forgot if your goat or fish is irrelevant because it's a new versus and you get to choose goat or fish. Unforgettable. That would be that would be a good versus if there was such a concept as good.
Is it by Natalie Colefish?
Natalie Colefish, we think it might be. Oh, that's why, darling, it's ineffable. Zeke, are you goat or fish? So goat versus fish, let's show you something. You are a goat. I can fix Amber Heard, at least for now. So when Goat vs. Fish was out on the road, we decided to pick up some of these magnets here. In my defense, as in getting off the fence, in my defense, I was left unsupervised. We have 3 of these. And we have this versus. Please settle all arguments like adults. And we have some sort of fence game going on, a fence game of goat versus fish. Rock, paper, scissors. Which one's goat, which one's fish? We don't know. Clever versus. Clever, humorous versus. And what's this? Some kind of fence wisdom? Ah, welcome back, Toxic to Faded. Definitely not in a row. Definitely not goat or fish. What the fence? Toxic Edits. Are you an editor? Do you want to become an editor for Goat vs. Fish? Are you goat or are you fish? Psychic Buckeye 12, appreciation for your 500 bits of contribution to Goat vs. Fish. That means a lot to Goat vs. Fish. And for the fence sitter, we have... It's trash can, not trash can't. Zeke says fish. He's holding the world ransom. Zeke says fish. Zeke says fish. What's the score again? Zeke says fish. Zeke says fish. That's another 25 for fish. That's another 25 for fish. That's 1,450 for fish. And another sound alert for fish. We're running out of time, goat and fish. And another sound alert for fish. Goat versus fish, big rig, 250, are you goat or are you fish? It's a lot of goat versus fish. It's 1,151 to 1,450. That's 1,151 for goat, 1,450 for fish. We have 1 subscription for goat. We have 0 subscriptions for fish. You can subscribe to Goat vs. Fish. You can gift a subscription to Goat vs. Fish. We have 9, 10 fish, and we have Goat vs. Fish. We have 13 fish. We have 13 fish, and we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 goat. It's a pretty close versus. Big rig goes goat. Big rig goes goat. That's another big rig goat. That's another big rig goat. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. We have a goat. We have a goat. We have a goat in the verses. We have a goat in the verses. Our ducks, goat or fish. Goat versus fish. Summer sausage! Summer sausage with 5 gifted verses. Let's get 5 big hits for summer sausage. Go! Five subscriptions from summer sausage. That's 5 for the fish. That's 5 for the fish. 5 for the fish. And for the 5th subscription, we'll get a new fish.
My fish army is ever growing, and soon I will overthrow the world. Very beautiful, very powerful.
Abnormal goes goat, abnormal goes goat. So with our very still limited verses, Goat and Fish, Goat vs. Fish wanted to show you that with these magnets of Goat vs. Fish, that Goat vs. Fish is going to take these magnets of Goat vs. Fish that look like this for a versus, and we're going to take stickers of Goat vs. Fish, and we're going to customize your bespoke Goat vs. Fish fridge magnets like this. Please settle all arguments like adults. Goat vs. Fish. And Goat vs. Fish is going to put stickers on these magnets and then sell them back to you as custom Goat vs. Fish art pieces. The cost of one of these stickers of Goat vs. Fish is going to be 20 versus American dollars plus shipping. So it's going to be like $25. It's a massive profit margin for Goat vs. Fish, but it is a customized piece of Goat vs. Fish art, a piece of Goat vs. Fish folk art, mailed to you for 25 versus American dollars here in the United States of versus America. If you live in the United States of versus America, Goat vs. Fish will send you a bespoke Goat vs. Fish customized sub-vertisement art magnet with a sticker of Goat vs. Fish that was placed by Goat vs. Fish, and we'll send it to you for 25 versus American dollars. That's our opening verses. That's opening verses. That's the art of Goat vs. Fish. That's the art of Goat vs. Fish. That's the art of Goat vs. Fish. I Can Fix Amber Heard is now rooting for Fish suddenly. Wow. How much is that in the monopoly money of the North? A Canadian versus? Well, it costs Goat vs. Fish like $1 million versus American dollars to send it to Canada. So how about Goat vs. Fish? We don't know. But why don't you go and do Canadian monopoly money to American USD calculator and find out how much you need to Venmo Goat vs. Fish, but then add, instead of 25 versus American dollars, you have to make it 30 versus American dollars because we have to ship it to Canada, which costs bonus versus. And Goat vs. Fish tariffs now. Listen. Goat vs. Fish, we wish to send freely to you Goat vs. Fish, but we have to rely on the Pony Express, which is run by fence sitters. Summer sausage with more sounds for fish. Goat and Fish, here's what we are going to do since we still have some fine Goat and Fish here in the verses. It's time for It's Sunshine to get going. But Goat vs. Fish, we think that, well, how about this? What if you just get the verses out of here and Goat vs. Fish can continue the living stream for a few verses? What do you say to this?
Sure, sounds good.
It's Sunshine, our musication maker, is going to be leaving for another verses. They have things to do, they have places to be, they have go-to verses. So we are going to tell you once again to follow It's Sunshine. Let's get them up to 50 followers. Let's now keep that plugged in. Keep that plugged in.
Bye.
Oh, keep it plugged in for a final verses.
Bye, Lysergent Freak Fish.
Twitch.tv/ It's Sunshine. Let's have a look. It's Sunshine, guess what? You have 25 followers.
I'm halfway.
You're halfway there.
Thank you.
Before you go, everyone follow It's Sunshine. Let's follow It's Sunshine, Goat and Fish. And let's get Goat vs. Fish. Let's get one final shred. One final shred for It's Sunshine. Let's get one final shred. And everyone follow It's Sunshine, the final shred. It's sunshine! Appreciation, it's sunshine.
Thank you.
27 followers for It's Sunshine on Twitch.
Thank you.
Goat and Fish, we're going to wrap up this verses, but while we are, It's Sunshine is going to pack away. It's going to pack away, but you'll be back tomorrow for another verses?
I'll be back tomorrow.
It's Sunshine will be back tomorrow for another verses. Is there anything Goat versus Fish can get for you on the way out? Do you require sustenance? Do you require anything? A bag of chips? Anything?
I'm all good. I have everything I need. I'll leave my my hardware over here
Oh, you will? Okay.
for tomorrow's verses.
For tomorrow's verses, the trust of Goat versus Fish. Yes, leave your hardware for Goat versus Fish.
Yay!
And if you want the keys, then you can come over later today, or you can come over early, and we could try to see. But Goat versus Fish, text Goat versus Fish that cable that is needed by Goat versus Fish.
Yes. I will let you know of the.
Oh, and we need to do some measurements or some such verses. So we're going to get the keyboard in here. We're going to find a way.
We'll measure all the verses.
We'll measure all the verses. Okay.
All right.
Celebration. It's
Celebration.
Sunshine, everyone. The musication
Yay.
vessel of Goat versus Fish.
Thank you.
So yes, by all verses, and we'll take your Goat versus Fish monitoring device when you're ready.
Yes.
T-Bear505 says, so I'm chasing invisible entities. Weren't you just being employed? Trying to figure out if they are goat or fish. They live in my house. Well, you sound like the perfect candidate for the job. Zeke says, I could use a hug. Let's all give a hug to Zeke. Let's all hug Zeke if you
Hugs
want.
for Zeke.
You meant to applause for Sunshine? Here you go. Here's your applause. We'll see you. Appreciation. Thank you for joining Goat versus Fish. Thank you for joining Goat versus Fish. Your musications have made the morning motivation extra special.
Thank you. It's special being here too with everybody and Goat versus Fish himself.
Celebration. Mudmore, yes. Mudmore, are you goat or are you fish? Goat versus Fish. T-Bear505 says, I wish a goat would show me how to vibe. Trust Goat versus Fish. There's a goat up there just waiting to teach you how to vibe. Summer Sausage, appreciation for the 25 bits and all the sound alerts of Goat versus Fish. The current score of Goat versus Fish is Goat with 1,151 bits, Fish with 1,575. There are 5 subscriptions for Fish. There's 1 subscription for Goat. There's 4, 8, 12, 16 Goat. There's 4, 8, 12, 13 Fish. There's 1 fence sitter. Fish are winning the verses of the sound alerts. And you're all doing great on Goat versus Fish. You're all doing great on Goat versus Fish. You're all doing great on Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish. Yes. Celebration. And now, since we're just sort of in bonus verses of Goat versus Fish, we're in some bonus verses of Goat versus Fish. We think Goat versus Fish, you're doing great. Goat versus Fish is great. It's great. Goat versus Fish, we're just in a bonus versus since you have been so generous to Goat versus Fish. So we're just going to do some marbles on stream for Goat versus Fish. Summer Sausage with 425 celebration! Celebration 425 from Summer Sausage! 425 from Summer Sausage! Celebration! 4 hits for Summer Sausage. For the 25, celebration! 2,000 for fish. Celebration. 2,000 for fish. Bye-bye. 2,000 for fish. And it was written. Be sure to ask everyone if they are goat or fish. Oh, and take this sticker with you and put it somewhere, and so it says goat versus fish.
Yes, I will spread the verses.
Yes, you must spread the verses. 425 bits from Summer Sausage. Appreciation. We are now have 2,000 for fish. We have 2,000 for fish. 1,151 for the goat. T-Bear 505 says, bye-bye. Hope you have it good. Everything else is going to come. Everything else is going to go. Whatever you think about is what's going to come. And it's also fish versus goat. And it's also fish versus goat. T-Bear 505, appreciation. You got the job. But now T-Bear 505, they're out of here. Celebration. Summer Sausage 425. Summer Sausage is 425. You have all been extra generous and special today to Goat versus Fish. So we're going to roll a few marbles. We're going to just roll a few marbles here on Goat versus Fish. Maybe play a song on Goat versus Fish. Maybe plug the guitar in. Maybe sing you a song of Goat versus Fish. Maybe sing you a song. But yes, if any of you are indeed interested in the bespoke magnets of Goat versus Fish, then of course, you just tell Goat versus Fish. You just tell Goat versus Fish, and Goat versus Fish will do a versus for you. Maybe in a future versus, we will have a giveaway. We'll have a magnet giveaway on Goat versus Fish. That would be a fun versus. We love giving away magnets and stuff on Goat versus Fish. As a matter of verses, sign up, subscribe, join the link, get a free sticker from Goat versus Fish. If you're a subscriber, fill out the form that is linked in the chat. If you have never received a free sticker from Goat versus Fish, and Goat versus Fish will send you a sticker of Goat versus Fish. Now, while we're here, we're in the marble race. Type !play to join the marble race of Goat versus Fish. The marble race is another form of competition of Goat versus Fish. There are so many ways for Goat and Fish to compete. And because we are now well past the 2 normal hours of the Goat versus Fish morning motivational live stream, and we're in bonus verses, Goat versus Fish is going to give you bonus verses. Goat versus Fish is going to give you bonus verses of some marble rolling here on Goat versus Fish. Because you have just done so much for Goat versus Fish this versus that we are going to give you some marble rolling here on Goat versus Fish. And we're going to play you some songs. We'll play you a song or 7 of Goat versus Fish. They keep logging us out of the streamer song list. Goat versus Fish doesn't like that. So let's get back into the verses. View my song list. Bot commands. Goat versus Fish. Saved history. Goat versus Fish. Settings. Basic. Song bot connected. Connect the verses. Yes, save the settings. Goat versus Fish song list. Do you and Since have a Goat versus Fish song? Ah, you haven't even heard the song of Goat versus Fish. Well, let's get 180 seconds, 3 minutes in the countdown. Exclamation play. Oh, we know. They have not even heard the song of Goat versus Fish. So we're going to play for you the song of Goat versus Fish. There's a few songs of Goat versus Fish. Exclamation point play. 3 minutes to join the marbleization race. Let's go. Let's Goat versus Fish. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish is goat versus fish. And it is what it is. Goat versus fish, the mighty goatfish. Goat versus fish is a goat and a fish. And the goat and fish versus. Goat versus fish brings the verses to you. We promise the verses we tell you are true. What's goat versus fish? You haven't a clue. But it is something to do. It is something to do, and it comes from within you. Make some noise for the goat. Make some noise for the goat, for the mightiest goat. Make some noise for the fish. Make some noise for the fish. Make some noise for the fish. Goat are always versus the fish. Fish are always versus the goat. And it was written, and it was wrote that goat versus fish, and fish versus goat. If that doesn't make any sense, just please don't sit on the fence. Don't sit on the fence. It's goat versus fish, and the unity of goat fish. Goat versus fish. Weed Pipe wins the verses. Weed Pipe wins the verses. The love you have for goat versus fish is returned to you, T-Bear 505. Weed Pipe celebration. Oh, fish by fish, goat by goat, gonna make this verses grow. All it takes is a fish and a goat and a place to ask around. Let's try that verses again. Thank you, congregation. Thank you, congregation. Weed Pipe. Nice win. Nice win. A nice win for fish. A fish by fish, goat by goat, gonna make this verses grow. All it takes is a fish and a goat and a place to ask around. Are you fish? Are you goat? Fence sitters say they don't know. So we ask them, are you fish or a goat? Till the fence comes crumbling down. my name on that wall. If Andy Kaufman can, so can y'all. Yeah, there is no stopping us now. Are you fish or are you goat? Tune in to the GoatVsFish morning show, and we'll ask you if you're fish or a goat till the fence comes crumbling down. It's time for a song of Fish Center Live! Exclamation point play to join GoatVsFish! Fish Center Live, you're bringing me down. We sat and we watched as Fish Center left town. We didn't do nothing, did we even try? We sat and we watched as Fish Center went by. Now everyone knows just how much we needed those fish. I'm talking about Mom, Top, Zender, and Thump, Il Hamburger, and Tabitha Pillows. Oh, Fish Center Live, we wish you were around. We wish you were around. We watched the Time Warner merger, Berry Fish Center underground. We couldn't do nothing, did we even try? Just by looking at you, I know you're by my side. I know you're by my side. Now everyone knows just how much we needed those hosts. Talking about Maxi, Relaxi, Matt, Harrington, Tina and Cho, and also Dave Bonowitz. Oh, nobody knows just how much you needed to get better guests. If you've had Goat vs. Fish on as a guest, well, I think you know the rest. Fish Center Live would still be on the air. But that's okay. We hear that Maxi Relaxi has been reincarnated as Rat Cousin here on Twitch. And maybe Rat Cousin will come and join Goat vs. Fish in the studio of Goat vs. Fish. The goat and the fish and the goat and the fish versus. It's time for a marble race with Goat vs. Fish. It's time for a marble race with Goat vs. Fish. And wasn't there someone from Canada who wanted to buy a magnet from Goat vs. Fish? We are prepared now to name you a price. If you're ready. We have DJ Stulu. We have T-Bear 505. Everyone's racing. T-Bear 505 who just got the job and said they were leaving. They're not leaving. They're racing. The Uber Kitten is a disgruntled Garfield smoking a pipe. And we've got Goat vs. Fish. Who got fenced? Oh, my versus the humanity is a human, a goat, or a fish. I can fix Amber Heard now, leaving off to the lead, and DJ Stulu has fallen off the versus. Weed Pipe has fallen off the versus. Dr. Get Good Gaming is rolling about somewhat half-footedly, but is still in the versus. I can fix Amber Heard, the newest goat, or are they a fish, to Goat vs. Fish. They've been switching. They've been playing Switch. I can fix Amber Heard is playing Switch, and they're running into fences. They're being jostled about by the fence, but they're not letting that stop them. I can fix Amber Heard. Have you heard? But Dr. Get Good Gaming says not so fast, Amber Heard. Dr. Get Good Gaming says I didn't get this doctor of title by telling you not to get good. I'm gonna tell you to get good, because watch your step. Dr. Get Good Gaming, yes, it's time for you to get good, because Dr. Get Good Gaming is off to lead the verses, and Lysergic Freak Fish is stumbling down the stairs, and here comes I Can Fish Amber Heard, now in third, but the versus is not over yet. Dr. Get Good Gaming is now rolling around, and the fence is now moving past the fence, Dr. Get Good Gaming now going into the wedge, It seems that there's nothing that could stop Dr. Get Good Gaming, but here comes the madly rotating swimming fences. Oh, my versus, those fences could knock Dr. Get Good Gaming out of the versus, but Dr. Get Good Gaming with the triumph. Dr. Get Good Gaming with the ABBA box emotes and the triumph. Dr. Get Good Gaming with the triumph. Dr. Get Good Gaming wins the versus. Dr. Get Good Gaming, are you Goat or Fish? Dr. Get Good Gaming is Goat. Weed Pipe is Fish. Weed Pipe is Fish. We're going to have one final marble race. We have one win for Goat. We have one win for Fish. One final marble race to determine who wins the versus of the marble race. And you have 60 seconds to join the versus. 60 seconds. Let's go. Let's go versus Fish. 60 seconds. Exclamation point play. DJ Stulu says Goat. Face Killa. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. Lysergic Freak Dick has pinned I Believe in Goat versus Fish to the top of the verses. And appreciation. I Can Fix Amber Heard 11 minutes ago with 100 bits. And that's got to be for Goat. That's got to be for Goat. 1,251. 1,251 for Goat. 5 subscriptions for Fish. 1 subscription for Goat. 2,000 bits for Fish. Many sound alerts for Fish. Many more sound alerts for Fish than for Goat. We got Cool Joe Racing, Fish Day to you, Fish Day to me. Cool Joe Racing for Fish, Cool Joe Racing for Fish, Celebration for Fish! That's one more Fish in the verses, that's one more Fish in the verses. Fish won the previous verses, and now we're in this verses, and Fish is winning again. Fish is winning again. Summer Sausage at Once says, Goat Doctrine is the broad way that leads to destruction. Stay lifted. Productions redeemed a celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. T-Bear 505, nice to have you still in the verses. And the verses continue, and the verses continue. Goat and Fish. Oh, my verses. We've got a lot of playing. Lysergic is my best friend. He just doesn't know it yet. Very interesting verses. Perhaps we can get some confirmation on that. Perhaps we can get some confirmation. Burned Fish. Celebration for Fish. Welcome back to Goat versus Fish. Welcome back to the Burned Fish. Coleri is their first time chatter. Coleri, welcome to Goat versus Fish. Coleri with Rick Sanchez in the verses. Coleri, welcome to Goat versus Fish. Thank you for following Goat versus Fish. Coleri, are you Goat or are you Fish? Summer Sausage with 25 bits. Summer Sausage with 25 bits. Wow, look at the special effects on Goat versus Fish. That's 2,050. That's 2,050 for Fish. That's 2,050 for Fish. And that's two more sound alerts for Fish. That's 3 more sound alerts for Fish. That's 3 more sound alerts for Fish. $20.75, $20.75 in the verses is alive, in the verses is alive. Up. Celebration for Goat. Stay lifted production. Celebration for Goat. You may be saying to yourself, is this all that there is on Goat versus Fish? It's not all that there is. We also have Goat versus Fish. You also have Goat versus Fish on Goat versus Fish. You get double the verses. You get double the verses. You get 4 times the verses. You get 5 times the verses of Goat versus Fish. You get 9 times the verses of Goat versus Fish. You get 16 times the verses. You get 64 Goat versus Fish. You get 64 Goat versus Fish. All for the verses of 1. All for the verses of 1. You get 64 Goat versus Fish. And then they start moving around and stuff. It's pretty great. It's pretty great verses. Goat versus Fish. It's pretty great. Could you play chess on that TV? Goat versus Fish. We could do a lot of things. Goat versus Fish. That looks like a fence, says Coleri. What fence? Where? What, that old fence? There's only one fence sitter in this verses. DJ Stulu. DJ Stulu with the triumph. DJ Stulu, are you Goat or are you Fish? Summer Sausage with a giant fish. Summer Sausage with a giant fish. Let's have a look. Summer Sausage, giant fish. Summer Sausage, giant fish. Giant fish for 30 bits. DJ Stulu is GOAT. GOAT win the verses of the marbles. GOAT win the verses of the marbles. GOAT win the marble verse. GOAT win the marble verse. So now the time has come to count the final verses of Goat versus Fish. Time has come to count the final verses of Goat versus Fish. Fish have 2,105 bits. Fish have 2,130 bits. Fish have 2,130 bits. And Goat have only 1,251. That means that Fish get a versus. So Goat have a marble versus, Fish have the sound versus, Fish have the money versus. But the versus is not over. The versus is not over. You can still exclamation point tip. You can still gift subscriptions to Goat versus Fish. You can still, the versus has not ended yet. So we still also have 5 subscriptions for Fish, 5 subscriptions for Fish, 5 subscriptions for Fish, and that's a versus for Fish. Subscriptions are a versus of time, so it'll be a time type versus. It's a time type versus of subscription. I'm back. My boss called me. What I miss? What you missed is that we're counting the final verses. I can fix Amber Heard. Fish has 2,130 bits. Goat have 1,251. So Fish is winning the verses of the monetary contribution, which you can do with tips as well as bits, exclamation point tip. Your bits are very welcome. However, for large donations, we prefer you exclamation point tip to Goat versus Fish, because then Fence Bezos will take less of the verses. We have 5 subscriptions for Fish. We have 5 subscriptions for Fish, so that's a versus. Goat have won the sound alerts. There are 4, 8, 12, 16 Goat. There is one more Goat than Fish. There's one more Goat than Fish, and actually there's 2 more Goat than Fish, because we forgot that when I Can Fix Amber Heard changed from Fish to Goat. We forgot to flip that verse. So really, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 Goat, and 4, 8, 12, 13, 14 for Fish. So that's Goat Dizzle is Goat. Welcome to Goat versus Fish. So that's a versus for Goat. So we have 4, we have 3 verses for Fish and 2 verses for Goat. However, Goat and Fish, there's another versus that's been going on secretly, and some of you here on Twitch might not have known it. You might not have even known. There's a secret versus. There's a secret versus that's been happening. It's been the YouTube poll. The poll is on YouTube. There's a YouTube poll. If you're not watching Goat vs. Fish on YouTube, if you're not watching Goat vs. Fish replay, T-Bear505 Get Drunk. You just got your job and now you get drunk. Oh, my verses. T-Bear505, you just got the job. Don't lose it. Don't lose it now. The YouTube link is in the chat, Goat and Fish. You can go and you can subscribe to Goat vs. Fish. You can like the stream, and you can get in your final votes on this poll of Goat vs. Fish. Final votes on the poll of Goat vs. Fish. We have 3 hours ago, we have 14 votes. Sunshine had to go and do other verses, so you're just with Goat vs. Fish. But we decided to give you the bonus verses because of all of your amazing contributions to Goat vs. Fish. Ah! You have 10 seconds to go to YouTube and vote and change the vote for goat or for fish. G. O. A. T. V. S. F. I. S. H. Goat has extended the lead. That's 56% vote for goat. 44% vote for fish. So goat wins the poll. Goat wins the poll, and so in the verses of goat versus fish, fish has won the sound alerts. Fish has won the monetary contribution. Fish has won the subscription. But goat has won the verses of how many goat there are as compared to fish. Goat has won the marble race, and goat has won the poll. That means that there are 3 verses for goat and 3 verses for fish. 3 verses for goat and 3 verses for fish. That's an even verses. Oh, but wait. Wait a verses. It's not an even verses. It's not even you wait just a verses. At the very beginning, early in the stream, Goat versus Fish received a raid. It was a 5-goat raid. We received a raid here on Twitch, and we asked the raider, are you goat or are you fish? And the raider said, I am goat. And when you raid Goat versus Fish, and you declare goat or fish, you get radiation points. Hiding behind the T is the 5 radiation points that were earned by goat. And that means we get a radioactive versus for goat. Goat win the verses of how many goat, they win the verses of radiation, they win the verses of the pole, and they win the verses of marbles, whereas fish win the verses of bits, monetary contribution, sound alerts, making sounds, and the verses of subscription. There's one fence sitter. But goat and fish, with verses like these, it looks like the goats do triumph. The goats do triumph. Fish are already outspending the goat. But sometimes you can't buy. Sometimes Goat versus Fish is a versus you can't buy. But we appreciate all of your monetary contribution to Goat versus Fish. The goats do triumph. The goats do triumph over the fish. The goats do triumph. The goats do triumph over the fish. If you're mad that fish didn't win even though you paid, well, you'd better find some fish streamers to do a raid, because the goat with the secret radiation won the verse for goat for the Goat versus Fish Nation. The goats do triumph. The goats do triumph over the fish. The goats do triumph. The goats do triumph over the... versus fish. Goat versus fish is wherever you are, whether you're near or you're far. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish is wherever you are. Where have you come from? Where shall you go? What have you seen? To whom will you show? How can we learn and how can we grow? Does anyone even know? No. Does anyone even know that it's fish versus goat? Goat versus fish, 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 goat versus fish. Goat versus fish, 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 goat versus fish. Oh, my verses. What an amazing goat versus fish morning motivational. So to keep track, we have one versus for goat. We have one versus for fish. So you'd better watch next Goat versus Fish morning motivational. Starting tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This has been 3.5 hours of Goat versus Fish morning motivational. And we'll see you on the next verses. Okay, YouTube. We'll see you in the next verses. One final shout out for our patrons, for our Patreon patrons. Yes, we want you. Everyone who's watching, you love Goat versus Fish. You want to support the continued creation of Goat versus Fish morning motivation. You want a temple to Goat versus Fish. You want a church to Goat versus Fish. You want Goat versus Fish to be the biggest versus ever in the universe. You want to prove it to Goat versus Fish. You want giant social stunts of Goat versus Fish. You want a giant billboard that says Goat versus Fish. You want it all. You want it all. You want it all. You want it all. Become a patron of Goat versus Fish. Become a Patreon patron. Become a Patreon patron of Goat versus Fish. You might even be able to gift patronages on Patreon. That's a new versus. Join the Patreon of Goat versus Fish. You don't even have to become a paying member, but you could. You can follow the Patreon of Goat versus Fish, where we post the links to the next live stream. Sometimes we post them a little early, get the direct link, and we just hope you choose to support Goat versus Fish in this way. Because Fence Bezos takes a big enough cut. And we want your direct support of Goat versus Fish. Look, it's the Uber Kitten. Celebration! Celebration! You see, Uber Kitten is in the congregation, and Uber Kitten is lit in the Patreon patron celebration. See, Uber Kitten, how does it feel to be honored here on the celebrations of the Patreon patrons of GoatVsFish? Oh, it feels great, GoatVsFish. Oh, thanks. Okay, YouTube. You demand more goats in the sticker club. More goats! And you should probably be demanding more stickers. We have to work on that versus. Goat and Fish, we'll see you next verses. Celebration for GoatVsFish, Stay Lifted Productions, The Uber Kitten, Goat Dizzle, Weed Pipe, Lifted Chance, Colary, Summer Sausage, T-Bear 505, all the Goat and Fish, DJ Stulu, and Mudmore, of course, Mudmore. Can't forget Mudmore. Can't forget Dr. Get Good Gaming celebration for GoatVsFish. And we can't forget I Can Fix Amber Heard, who has verses for Fish and for GoatVsFish, who's new to GoatVsFish, and who made a big splash, who made a big leap on GoatVsFish. 15 bits for the Afterverses. 15 bits in the Afterverses. Ooh, look at that little fish gif. 15 bits in the Afterverses. Appreciation for your bonus contribution. So we'll see you on the next verses. We'll see you, YouTubers. We'll see you on the next verses of GoatVsFish. We'll see you on the next verses of GoatVsFish.